Hello.
Hello everyone. I'm just getting up the live on my phone so we can read your comments.
So it's been ages and ages and ages. I haven't looked up, but it must be like last August or something we last did a live. It was a long time ago. So what we're going to do is, we're aware that some of you watch this, well, we're grateful to you for watching this back afterwards once the live is finished. So we're going to work our way through what happened last year and what we plan for this year, because the channel's been a bit quiet, but we certainly haven't been quiet. It's been busier than ever for us, and we want to sort of say where we've been and why the channel's not been so busy. So I think we'll start with the radio.
I will once I've got us up on here.
I'll give Peggy a chance to get us up on there. You want to say hello? There he is. There he is. So we'll start with the radio. Hello, Chloe and Peggy. Hi.
Hello.
Come here. Come here. So for 7 years now, someone's having fun on the dual carriageway. So 7 years now we've done radio. We've been presenters for Swindon 105.5. and we've done a show called the Outer Limits Radio Show.
Yeah, we have.
You can find it if you look up the website, and there's a podcast, so you can catch up on it. Hi, Hooked Classics. Come here. Stop making so much noise. We're talking to them. Sit down. So 7 years we've done that, and hi, David. And it's time to hang up our hats for the Outer Limits Radio Show. You can still catch it, you know, if you really shout the stuff out.
So Outer Limits Radio Show is on Spotify and Amazon Music and Patreon, and also it's got its own website, which actually at the moment will be being taken down soon. So I will transfer everything that's on the website over to Spotify.
Yeah, so we're not going to lose it, but we're giving it up because we've been so busy, and that's why we haven't had the time to do the channel. So yeah, we're giving that up. But you'll still go for shows.
I was going to say, I'm still doing the Don't Stop the Music radio show, which is also on Swindon 105.5, and again it's on Spotify and Amazon Music and Patreon. It's all free. So if you can't catch it live, you can also capture it on a Friday from 7 o'clock. And that one is going from strength to strength. At the moment, I am now booked out to the middle of April.
This is your 4th year.
This is my 4th year, and I'm still getting brand new bands coming in, talking about their music, either playing live or sending me tracks, which is amazing.
So the Outer Limits was everything from ghost hunting, mediumship, paranormal investigation. It was all that side of it, and we've had wonderful interviews.
Yeah.
It's a talk channel, and we've done, we've really enjoyed it. It's been really good the last 7 years.
And Carly, who is our co-presenter on the Outer Limits, we are going to introduce her in this year for Ratty Tales. So look out for that playlist where we're going to start going to castles and spooky places together, and we're going to tell you all the stories around that area. Yeah,
so we want to get back to getting into retro rats and getting it, live and regular content again, and that's what we're going to discuss tonight. So obviously we've got to give up the Outer Limits, but Carly, who co-hosts it with us, we're going to meet up once a month and we're going to pick a place. So in March,
first place is Caerphilly Castle.
So that's where we're booked.
Carly's never been there.
Also to do this, we bought 2 brand new cameras.
I haven't got mine to hand.
Peggy hasn't got hers to hand.
But my last video that we did round Corfe Castle was filmed all on my camera.
So we've been learning the cameras. And this one, I'm not going to say that word.
Yeah,
because someone is here and he'll want to go out.
Even though he went out earlier. Hello, Jenny.
So yeah, we've got 2 new cameras to improve the channel.
So Hooked on Classics, my camera. Hello, Zen Master. How's the yellow V-dub? And hi to you. We will tell you about Jigsaw Puzzle in a moment.
Yeah. We'll get to vehicles in a minute.
So the camera that I've got is a Canon I don't remember. Canon
Is it a V10?
V10 Super Shot, I think it's called, or something like that. It's actually made for vlogging, and it did really well. The only thing it doesn't do is obviously when I'm walking, it hasn't got a stabilizer or a gimbal. So the best thing to do is when you're not walking is to stop and then do a pan around, and that's fine. It copes with that, no issue. And there's a nice little flip screen on it, so you can see it when you're filming one way, and if you flip it up and do a selfie mode, you can also see what you're filming.
It's a really nice camera,
and it's smaller than my phone,
and the microphone is phenomenal. The microphone on it is really good, so we're really looking forward to that. We'll be using that in a vlogging context, or if we're doing a shot where the camera could be placed and we'd go up to it and that.
And I'm also going to be using it when I go to China in August.
So if you haven't heard, Peggy is going to China. She's going to walk bits, well, not all of it.
I am going to walk, so it's 47 kilometers altogether, 6 sections over 5 days of the Great Wall of China in aid of the Dogs Trust. And I am doing that in August. So about 3 days after my birthday, I am going to be flying out and leaving somebody for 9 days. Leaving
2 people.
Leaving someone and a 4-legged friend. So yes, I will be going off to China to do a charity walk, and like I said, I will be filming that on my camera. Luckily it's a rechargeable one, so I just need to charge it up every night.
So that's another thing we've been doing,
and I'll put the link in the chat now if anybody wants to sponsor.
We'll say the words stroll. He hasn't figured this one out yet. So in preparation of Peggy doing that, we've been doing an awful lot of practice strolls.
Did one today in the rain.
And Peggy's set up a local walking group with that. It's still got a retro vibe.
It's called Retro Ramblers.
So Retro Ramblers, we've been pushing that for everyone sort of local to Swindon or North Wiltshire. And that's been going from strength to strength, but that encourages you to get practice in, doesn't it?
Because I set up regular walks. It means I've got regular practice. Plus then I've got other people that's coming up to me and saying, if you need extra, just let us know and we'll come with you.
So that's where we're at with why the channel's been quiet, with the radio and your preparation of your charity walks. But not just that, I'm involved with a local canal network, the Wilts and Berks Canal Trust, and I've been sort of made the head of comms. So if you check out Wilts Berks Canal Trust, we've reinstated their YouTube channel. We've been making contacts with other trusts and so on, and we've really been getting the Canal Trust profile from here up to here with councils, MPs. So pretty much the last 6 months, even a year or so, I've been in meetings with councillors and MPs and so on, and it's just been absolutely full on. Hopefully that's settling down a bit now. We know where we're at. We're still trying to protect the route. We got a march tomorrow. I was going to say a W word, which I can't say because of him, and that's going to be a lot of people, and we're trying to get a section of the canal not built over. So what would
trying to protect that route,
protecting the route. So what would the Canal Trust work, which has been about 20 hours a week, sort of voluntary work? What with the radio and what we all practicing and stuff, and Peggy changed jobs the end of last year as well, and my work increased. That's why we haven't been on Retro Ratz a lot. It's been full on, but we're really glad that you're still here and you're still supporting. So what is in it for you guys going forward? Well, you've already mentioned the yellow pedal, the jigsaw puzzle.
I call it a jigsaw puzzle because she is sat here, or she sat out just outside this van,
by the door of the van.
She's got the shell. We've got her bumpers over to one side, her wings onto another side. Her windows are in somewhere else. The
engine's in it.
The engine's about in it. Yeah, that's about it. Literally, it's a jigsaw puzzle. So that's why I've named her that.
Didn't plan on buying a Volkswagen Beetle. If you want to know what it is, it's a 1971 Volkswagen Beetle.
Is it a 1302?
I think.
Was it 1301 or 1302?
Yeah, it's not a 1303. It's the one prior. So yeah, I don't know when I'm going to get around to doing it. That's the honest truth, because for 4 years. I can't believe 4 years has gone. That's just crazy amount of time. But for 4 years, I've had 2 Rascal vans sitting here. One as the van, which I did start repairing on the channel, and then it got used as a shed. And the other one is sat by the Beetle. That's a full-on pop-top camper. And really, I need to get them moving this year. Whether I sell them, whether I keep them, I don't know. But yeah, this year I really must get those 2 Rascal vans rebuilt. So that's the primary thing that's going to happen on the channel this year. Wilding wise, project wise, is I'm going to be getting those 2 Rascal vans done this year. They've sat there too long. You guys have waited way too long. Yeah, I'll decide whether I sell them or keep them when it's finished. But yeah, they're to be done this year. Yeah.
But Uncle, I still need to finish the Cortina.
Well, there's always time. That's one thing we've got, is time. I look forward to seeing the progress. Oh right, I haven't seen that.
Have you watched Toasty Classics? He rescued a Rascal van. Oh
no, I'll check that out. That'd be interesting. You know, I love anything to do with a Rascal van. I've been involved with Rascal vans for years when I used to work for Tim at bedfordrascal.com. And that I enjoyed my time there working, especially with the Bambis. I enjoy working with the Bambis. I'm not that brave.
Bambis are a bit scary.
Bambis are a bit scary, and I remember we went down to Woolacombe, and I decided it was a bit stormy, and I said to Peggy, I'm not going up over the moors. I'm going to drive the 361.
Glad we did.
Back from sort of Barnstaple up back home, and a lorry came past us, and the little Bambi went whoo, whoo, whoo. I thought I was going to die. I really thought I was going to die. So you've got to be pretty brave to drive a Rascal, to be to drive a Bambi, to be honest. Yeah. I mean, you've got to be quite brave to drive a Rascal, because they can easily tip over.
Yeah, especially when someone has put a bull bar on the front and then put the spare wheel onto it.
Yeah, it goes
because it goes like that when you brake and stuff, and it just...
But it was still good. It looked good.
No, it didn't.
It looked good. Oh dear. So yeah.
So we got the yellow. So we got the jigsaw puzzle.
So we're going to work our way through the vehicles of what's here, because people have lost track of what we got and where they're at. I mean, we lose track of what we got. And
you
where
do.
we're at. So we're going to go through them.
So do you want me to go for it?
There's a really good chance saves cars that haven't been driven for years. Well, I got a few of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we'll check that out. Thank you for that pointer. So shall we go through one by one and give an update?
So do you want me to start off?
Just one at a time.
So we got Gas, the Moggy Miner.
So Gas, the Moggy Miner, he's technically on the road.
Yeah.
He will start and drive.
Yeah, he does.
And we took him to a few local events at the middle of last year, and he's having trouble to start. Now he's showing no signs of a head gasket. We've done a new fuel pump, you've seen that, and we fitted a new radiator, so those 2 were done. But he is having trouble to start. When he does start, he runs all right, but he's having trouble to start. So I parked him up in the garage, and he's been put away.
He's been tucked away for winter.
He's been tucked away for the winter. So when the better weather comes, March, April, I'm planning to get him out. Now, a friend of ours, a mechanical minded friend, is still convinced that it's possibly a head gasket, even though it's showing no signs of it. And apparently they're really easy to do on a Morris Minor. I've always done the body work. I've not really done major mechanical things. I've done some mechanical things, but I've never done the extent of a head gasket. So do you think we could do a head gasket following a manual?
May do. May be able to.
I think we won't argue.
Oh, we'll always argue.
Do you want us to do a head gasket together? Was that one of the videos you'd like? The Morris Minor might never ever get back on the road.
But that's Gas anyway.
So that's Gas. We don't know. We got to possibly do a head gasket. We don't know.
Then we have Nippy Norm, the Rover 100.
So Nippy Norm is a wonderful vehicle, and we used him a lot.
I
mean,
used him as my daily to get to Bristol and back when I was
used him.
working
Yeah.
at Southmead
Peggy
Hospital.
trundled 40 miles each there and 40
One
miles
way.
back, and used him constantly, and we've used him for many trips down to sort of North Devon and so on. And to be fair, he never missed a beat. And our good friend Harry came and did the he did the cam belt for us.
Yep.
And that, so he was all up together. And then I mentioned the Canal Trust earlier. We were doing, it's almost 18 months ago. I don't know where time's gone.
I know, we were
About
doing
18
deliveries.
months ago, we were doing, to save on postage, we offered to deliver all the magazines that had to be delivered for an AGM in Swindon. So
Which
we
we
were
were
travelling
running.
around in Nippy Norm, and I thought, as I drove into this close, I thought, steering feels a little bit funny. So and the weather was cold and horrible, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
I
Yeah.
jumped out of Nippy Norm, I ran to this letterbox, I posted what I needed to, I turn around and I see Nippy Norm go, and his suspension collapsed on one side. But there was no fluid on the floor.
No.
It was so wet you couldn't tell, but there was no discoloration or anything like that. So I managed to get him home, and he's got tucked up in the other garage, and I opened the garage the other day and he's really sat like that. There is a local family who really love their little Metro, and the chap is really knowledgeable on those matters. So I have approached him and said, could he come and help me assess and look at the suspension on Nippy Norm? So hopefully that's in hand. I haven't arranged a date yet, but
Yeah, that's
I need to jack it up and get it ready so that the chap can come round, and we're going to look at Nippy Norm. So Nippy Norm's been off the road for a little while, but not for long, not for much longer. So along with the Rascal vans, that's another thing I intend to get done this year. I want Nippy Norm back on the road.
Then we have Wilson, our Rover
I
214.
better touch loads of wood, didn't I?
Because, yes, you better do.
So Wilson had lots and lots of work done. We literally, with the help of Harry, we rebuilt the top of the engine, new cam belt as well, new valves and valve stems and so on. And
Well, a few weeks ago, he was
been
driving.
a treat. He's been a real treat. And if you haven't seen it, there's a video we did not at the end of last year. No, it was beginning of this year. Beginning of this year.
Crossover.
Our friend Gareth
bought you
purchased us a lovely device.
So it
sits on top of the dash, and it does
connects to your phone, and you can use is it Google?
I do Google Maps,
yeah,
and Spotify,
yeah,
and it's just
it does Android Auto,
and it's just there on the dash, and it's not in the way,
and it's not your phone itself, because your phone can then just be put to one side.
I really enjoy it. So if you haven't checked out, there's a short video on the channel of bringing the Rover into the 21st century, and we've done many trips now, because we sort of,
so a couple of weeks ago we went down to Blandford Forum, just near that way, and stayed in a lovely Airbnb, and it was, and we went down to the coast.
And then we went down to the castle, Corfe Castle.
That's when I used my new camera. So it was lovely.
Yeah,
was really
really
nice.
enjoyed that. So Wilson.
So we know Wilson.
Wilson is good, and we put Wilson in a few shows last year, a few country shows and that, and it was quite a good response. Some people overlook it. We had one psyche comment that Wilson's not a classic, but he's fair.
It's 1992. Well, actually, it's 1992.
Yeah, he's about 33 years old. You know, a car at 33 years old, it really should be deemed as a classic. And if you type in Rover 214, that particular model, there's only 36 left. I mean, that's crazy. 36.
So then we have a new one.
Have we?
We have a second yellow BMW Mini.
Oh. Yeah.
I'm going in order of where they're parked, by the way.
Shouldn't we start with the first one?
Well, no, I'm actually going in order where they're parked, just so we can keep an eye. We know which one we've got.
All right, very quickly then. Obviously, I've got my yellow Mini, which obviously Peggy's going to mention in a minute. I needed spares for that, so a deal come up to buy another liquid yellow Mini. I purchased it, it arrived, and I looked around it and I thought, I can't break this. It's actually in very good condition.
It's in very good condition. And it came with spares, which is the spares we actually needed.
Yeah, it came with some spares which I needed. So at the moment it's stored, and I'm going to get round to, I think it needs rescuing. It was way too good to break, and I haven't got the heart to break it. So I'm going to be getting that re-MOT'd and just sell it on. I probably won't make a profit. I hope to just break even on it, but I just need to save it.
Then we have Cookie Jar, the first of Rascals.
That's the one with the pop-top camper, that is.
Yep. That's a wheel. Is it a wheel home?
It is a wheel home.
It is a wheel home.
I hope to do that this year. That'd be pretty good. He definitely will be staying for a year or two, because I'd like to take him to some country shows. Because one of the things you never see, or especially in the southwest, you never see any Rascal vans at a country show.
And especially one that's been converted to a camper.
This one is a fully kitted out camper. He has the cooker and the sink and all the cupboards and everything.
The only thing he doesn't have is a toilet.
It's a bit small for that, isn't it?
He's a very small for that.
It's a bit small for that.
Very, very small for that. So you need one of those little tents, pop-up tents that go outside.
Yeah, yeah. So I mean, I'd like to do him and drive him. And I tell you what, even after he's been stood all that time, his engine, when you boot him up, he purrs like a sewing machine. He's got such a sweet little engine, old Cookie Jar.
Yeah.
And I'm really looking forward to putting him on the channel. He has been on the channel, because we did the tour with him when you're famously couldn't open the side door.
Trying to open the door, yeah. And then of course, then we've got Jigsaw Puzzle, which is the Beetle we've already mentioned. Then we've also got what we're living in, what we're in right now, our LT35 Luton van. So a proper Volkswagen Luton van that we live in.
It's gone green.
Yeah, she is a bit green.
So
green. This is Bess.
Bess.
Yeah, we do name them.
Bess does us proud every day. The wood burners here.
Yeah, it's quite nice and toasty in here.
Don't like that now. Yeah, it's quite hot in here, but I'd rather be hot than cold.
And then we have got the second Rascal van, Daisy Farmer.
Daisy Farmer.
Now, why is she called Daisy Farmer?
She's called Daisy Farmer because you can normally name your vehicles by the reg. And the reg on her pretty much reads Farmer, but the lady who owned it previously, I had it for quite some time, used to call her Daisy. I just thought, well,
was she into gardening?
No, she did some kind of stalls. She took stuff to stalls.
She did some flowers though. That's why she said Daisy.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. I don't know. It was something to do stalls.
So she called it Daisy, and because of the word farm, it looks like it says farmer on it, so it's Daisy Farmer.
So yeah, that's the one. I've done one side. I need to get out and do the other.
Yeah.
And the wipers are intermittent, but you got to take the whole dash off to do the wipers. So I've got to take the whole dash off. So I'll put the whole lot on camera. Yeah, but Daisy Farmer. That's the one I've got. I don't know if we'll be selling on or keeping, whatever. Next
you got Olive, 1974. No, 1976.
Bit of a drought.
No, 1970. Olive. 1976, the Mini Clubman Estate.
Yeah. Now we've had Olive, believe it or not, 10 years.
I know.
We've had Olive 10 years. Clubman Estate, lovely car.
It's going to need some work on us.
She's been off the road since August 23.
I managed to drive her home from a show, and her clutch.
So the clutch itself's all right, but the pipe.
Yeah.
I think the pipe is original, and I think the pipe is closed in on itself. But
I really struggled to get her back.
But I think it's time to change the slave cylinder and the master cylinder. So I'm gonna replace both and do the extended pipe that goes down between them. I priced it up in December, and I was hoping to buy it all in December or January, and I was hoping to be getting on with it now. We've had some horrendous weather, so that hasn't helped. And then I did another purchase, so it hasn't happened. So, but I hope to get that Olive on the road this year, and we have to because
we've now booked her into a show.
So for
the beginning of August.
So
she has to be done.
Olive has to live this year. I'm going to repair those back doors. I'm going to do that clutch work. All that'll be on the channel.
Yeah.
And we're going to give her a good polish, and reinstate it. I did replace the tank a couple of years ago, but I'm not. It took longer than I thought, and I wasn't overly happy with it. So I'm going to make, while she's up in the air having her back doors and that repaired, I'm going to try and make a bracket to support the weight of that tank as well. I'm not overly happy with the tank. So.
And then we have Faith, our lovely 1988 Ford Transit travel home, the motorhome with the painted sides. that we lived in for 2 years before we moved into Bess, and we still have her as our travel about vehicle.
Or the Worlds and Glastonbury, depending which
Yeah.
side you like. Some people like both, some people like one or the other.
Or you might like seeing the back of it where it's got the mole.
So my mum was going to paint a snail on the back, which hasn't happened yet. Maybe
No.
that could happen this year. Faith, I think we've had her 7 years now.
Maybe a bit longer.
Last year was the first year it went through an MOT without advisories.
I know.
I don't think it'll happen this year.
No, I don't think so.
But I ain't got to worry about that yet.
No.
It's got plenty of MOT at the minute.
Yeah.
Faith's on the road.
Faith is on the road, so we
Yeah,
have Faith.
Faith's on the road.
Then we have got Ray, your yellow mini.
So Ray was my nemesis. I've had Ray 3 and a bit years, and Ray spent a lot more time off the road than on the road. It just didn't want to cooperate, that car. And I think we've mostly won the battle now. It's had loads done, and you haven't seen Ray really at all on the channel because we've got a mechanic friend called Mick, and Mick's in his mid-70s now. But he still wants to keep going. He loves cars and he keeps going. He is a fabulous mechanic.
He's a brilliant mechanic. If you just drop it off to him, as long as you don't want it quick, he'll get it done for you.
50 odd years experience.
But yeah, and
he knows old school stuff. So Mick's been doing, where I've been busy giving my time to the charities, the Canal Trust and the radio station and so on. I've been, letting Mick do some of the work. Obviously, Mick doesn't get recorded, but Mick's been doing a great amount of work for us on all the vehicles. And he's done a lot on Ray.
Yeah.
And Ray's on the road now, and we've been driving it. Especially, I like it in the winter with the heated seat. I do like a heated seat. It's a bit of a luxury. You don't get it normally you don't get luxuries. You'd have to have a big Jag or something to have heated seats in a classic car. But just a Ray in that seat, it's nice. It's just good.
And then I've got Elsie, my our 2001 Mini as well. So it's both Ray and both 2001 Minis, BMW Minis. They're the first generation. And she's still going strong. She's my daily. In fact, we was out on her today.
You had to have a new power steering.
I had to have a power steering, yeah.
Fitted.
But then it looked original from when I was saying about Mick. He took it out and actually said, I think it was the original. It was, yeah. So he did it. He said, yeah, because it was funny when it went to go onto the back of a truck for us to take. He was going to take it to the garage. She ran. She actually, her power steering actually kicked in, and I said I left a note because Mick wasn't in on that morning because it was quite early when I dropped it off, and I rang him up and he said, no, it went on me. So it needed to be done.
So you've had new power steering.
I've had a new power steering pump fitted.
That was expensive.
Yeah, it was.
That was expensive, but it was worth it.
It was worth it. It needs to be done.
Peggy's daily, that is. So
yeah, she is my daily.
You got your daily back.
I got my daily back, exactly. And then we've got your Suzuki Jimny. So
the Suzuki Jimny is my daily. Middle of last year, someone drove into me. And don't let insurance companies fob you off, because I insured it. Luckily, I'd paid the policy in full in the August. And when I had the accident, the insurance company said, oh, we'll have to send somebody out to have a look at it. We'll have to let you know what it's worth. And I said, pardon? They said the same again. I said, you don't need to know what it's worth. They said, I've got agreed valuation. That was agreed when I bought the policy. And they went, oh, we can't pay you that. And I went, it's agreed valuation. I said, I don't care what you think it's worth. I paid the money. You agreed to it. It's agreed valuation. There was a lot of back and forth, a lot of aggro, and they didn't want to fix it. They didn't want to pay out. Long story short, eventually I agreed a settlement on parts and I fixed it myself. And it's my daily, and I've got it back, and I'm happy to have it back because we had quite a lot of flooding over the winter.
Yeah.
We've had a lot of roads
flooded. Because it's slightly higher up.
And because it's a good old, well, it's like a 4x4. It's got, it's higher off the road. It's got chunky tyres and what have you. It gets me about. Floods don't really bother it. As long as you're careful. It's got me through quite a few floods and stuff. So yeah, I'm quite pleased with my daily. It drinks like a fish. You think a small engine sort of 4x4 would be all right, but I could probably run a jag for what it costs to run. But hey, I enjoy it.
And that's the vehicles.
Is it? That's all of them.
Yeah.
Oh, we got through them all. I'm sure we've missed one or two.
No, we haven't, because that's why I named them where they are.
Well, there you go. Got any questions?
Any questions at all?
Any questions? Or your dog settled down, which is nice.
I know, shut up. Don't mention his
I
name.
won't look at him.
Don't mention your name.
So we've done the radio.
Yep.
That's why we've done it. So the 2 bits of the radio. We've mentioned the Canal Trust briefly. Obviously
Vehicles.
our works. We've gone through the vehicles now, and that's that's what's happening with them this year.
We're doing a few shows this year.
Yeah, I was about to say we should mention the shows we do. So we've, rather than running a Retro Rats club as in to go to places, because we don't have time to do the admin. So
Except for one.
We've got the page. Obviously, we're grateful to all you guys who interact with the page, and that's on Facebook. But we joined the Swindon Classic Car Club.
Yeah.
And we do a lot with them, and we also are
To be
honorary
fair,
members
quite a few of their members are also members of Retro Rats.
and we're honorary members of the Wiltshire Dub Club.
We
as
are
well.
Indeed, yes.
Even though we haven't got one yet to take to the shows.
We've got this one.
They accept
We're
the
in it.
Rover. They're happy with the Rover.
Well, to be fair, yeah, but we do live in one, so they've said that's it.
But we've booked this year to go to shows with the Wiltshire. No, the other way around.
Swindon Classic Car. But we do have a stand for Retro Rats. So if any of you Retro Rats would like to come along, just give us a shout on Facebook, and I will send you out a form, because we are going to the South Cerney Steam Fair, which is called the, I've got to get this right now, Gloucestershire Country and Vintage Extravaganza.
It's a mouthful, isn't it?
And
200 acres of mayhem.
And as I am the car club section leader, I can actually book our own club. Yay!
And the Swindon Classic Car group will be next to
right
us,
next to us, so we
like they were
incorporate
last year,
we
so
incorporate the two stands together.
that's the first weekend in August.
Yes,
We're there for the whole week.
we are. Yeah,
It's good. It's the best show of the
camping
year.
is from Thursday lunchtime 12 noon until Monday lunchtime, but the show itself is the Friday, Saturday and Sunday.
So it sounds a long way off, but the bookings are now.
Bookings are now, and they close on the 31st of May.
Yeah, bookings are now. So, and a lot of these shows, the bookings are now.
And I have been inundated with requests for stands.
Yeah.
So yeah.
The Classic Car Club have been pinging our WhatsApp all day today, saying you need to know what you're entering for this one, and need to know what you're entering for that one. The show season is about to kick off.
Yeah, so we're looking at in the middle of May to go to Castle Combe Steam Fair, which is a great weekend at the Castle Combe site, and they have everything again, similar to South Cerney. So you've got steam engines, classic cars, classic bikes, buses, lorries, and with that one they also take, I think it's a tractor that goes around with a big trailer with loads of hay bales on the back, and it goes around slowly, the actual track.
We've missed it for 3 or 4 years now.
Yeah,
I think
because we've always been
Steam?
doing something else prior to COVID.
Prior to COVID.
Yeah.
So
we've always been doing something else recently for those past few years on that weekend.
I think it clashed with you being away
on one of my charities. Yeah. But this year I'm not doing the Jurassic Coast.
Woo! Peggy's going to a steam show. There's a local one that they're building up. The one in not Lynham.
Rona?
Dauncey, Rona. Yeah.
The Rona one is in July. Unfortunately, I'm only going to be attending one day.
I know, she's a pain in the
because
ass.
Chloe can do 2 days, but I can only do one, because on the Sunday I will be walking 50k along the Ridgeway,
So
which is one of my training sessions, basically.
Two vehicles of that, and so you can drive away. Yeah, so we're doing Rona Steam Rally. That was really good last year. Really,
I didn't get to do it last year
Really
either.
lovely family show. Had some great conversations with people. I didn't film it, I don't think. There was a few shows I didn't film last year. The sun finally came out. I put a deck chair out and just sat there and enjoyed it.
To be fair, when you go around those shows and you start talking, you go, "Oh, I really should have recorded that."
Yeah,
because
you go into a great
conversation. But then if you got the camera out, Some people don't
Yeah,
want those
there's a lot.
conversations recorded.
There's an awful lot of people out there who
They
don't
don't want to be in front of the
camera.
camera. No,
No.
that's right.
Or they'll talk to you and they say, oh, yeah, and they're chatting away, and then you say, well, can I put some of this on camera? And they're like, all right. And then you just go, and you're like, yeah.
Are you not going to talk?
You're not going to talk? Right, so, yeah, that's that. So Rona, Gloucestershire. There's a few others. I like the little country shows like the Shrivenham show and stuff. How much of it you want us to film is up to you. You have to put it in the comments. How much of it do you want me to film? What do you want? What do you watch?
Would you like to know? Would you like me to film Mighty Music Festival
I think you should.
over the 3 days that
Peggy,
I'm there?
You might get in
So-
trouble for the music side of it.
Well, not really. Not if I record. Well, yeah, that's very true. I might get with the music, but if I record it for you, would you like me to record the interviews that I get to do with some of the people there as well?
It's part of Peggy's radio. She
does.
interviews the big bands.
I interview the local bands and some of the big bands. So last year, so obviously I didn't record it. I have got the interviews on MP3 because where I did actually record them in with the microphone. But I did actually get to interview people like, I'm trying to think who we had last year. They all merge into one after a while.
You did this
I
the other
live
day
on radio.
and went blank when you.
So
were
the
gonna
year
say it.
before, I know I got EMF, Reef. I didn't get Scouting for Girls, but I stood next to them.
Okay, I ain't got a clue. Don't do music.
Last year it was Ash and Sleeper. I've done Dodgy, and yeah, I've got photos and chatted to loads of them. It's been amazing. And this year they have got. Now I've got to make sure I don't
I did
slip.
help you interview one group.
Oh yeah, Talking Code and
There was the two guys.
Fats and Small.
Fats and Small. They were really interesting guys.
Yeah, they were
Can't say I'm
good.
into the music, but I helped Peggy interview Fats and Small.
The
And
Artful Dodger.
They were doing about the mental health
Yeah.
and that. And I tell you what, they were really two top blokes. Really good.
But then, yeah, so this year they have got, is it Fun Loving Criminals?
I don't know. I haven't seen the lineup. It's secret, isn't it? Until you.
No, that one I can give. There's one band I'm not allowed to do, so I'm not, that's saying, So I
Fiddling
can't
with
tell
my
you that.
glasses because I got something on them. I'm like, what's going on?
So yeah, they do some of the older bands, but to be fair, Mighty Music Festival is a whole weekend in July. It's a Friday, Saturday and Sunday, and really good to
So if
go
you're watching
see.
live, put it in the comments. If you're watching this afterwards, put it in the comments. What do you want to see? Because
Yeah.
Retro Rats is lots of
We do
different things.
everything.
You know, that's why we're not a massive channel, because you know, I've got a friend and he does a wonderful channel, Stephen Court. He does Court Above the Cut. If you haven't seen it, watch Court Above the Cut. And also Sandy, Wiltshire Man.
Yeah, Wiltshire Man.
They're both wonderful channels with massive following.
I'm sure Wiltshire Man's just a figure of our imagination, because every time somebody gets to meet Sandy and I miss him, I seem to just, I've just gone round the corner.
You know that scene in A Beautiful Mind when she says,
Who are you talking to?
No. When they're walking down the corridor and he talks about his childhood friend who he went to uni with and that, and she goes, yeah, but he's always been around. He goes, have you ever met him? Have you ever spoke to him? And she goes, no, he's always been away doing this or doing that. I've always missed him. He turned out to be imaginary.
He turned a bit imaginary.
Sandy isn't imaginary.
Sandy isn't imaginary because
other people watch him on his YouTube channel.
he's on YouTube,
every
and
time-
I've got him on Strava as well, so I can see when he does his bike rides.
Every time I meet him, Peggy's not about.
I have met him once. We were going into Toby Carvery and he was just leaving.
But anyway, the reason why I mention those two channels, they're great channels. Go and watch them. But they're huge. They've got a massive following, and we don't have a massive following. And the reason for that, I believe, is because they focus on one subject. People log onto the channel to watch one subject.
So Wiltshire
And we
Man,
don't do
Sandy,
one
has got
subject.
2 channels because he does another one where he actually handcrafts knives.
Not dangerous
Not
ones.
dangerous ones, but proper...
What do you call it? Outdoor.
Yes, like that survival ones with the proper hand. But he carves the handles and he makes the actual knives itself. So he does that on one channel, and then on Wiltshire Man, his actual other channel, the one we watch mainly, is all to do with where he goes out for bike rides and goes for wild camps.
So anyway,
or on his motorbike.
it's enough promoting other channels.
Yeah, okay.
So we're glad you're following us. But obviously we do the renovations.
Yeah.
I'm getting the workshop ready to do lots of projects.
She is actually. She has started to clear space.
I've cleared space. I've bought a load of tools. We're going to do a lot this year. I've got one leak in the roof I've got to sort. I've got my bench ready in that. So there's lots of projects lined up construction wise in the workshop other than the vehicles. But I'm going to be making a fire pit, and I've got lots of sculpture and stuff I'm going to be making. So that's good. I'll be doing that in the channel. So you got the cars, you got the renovations, you got the workshop, you got Peggy's, he's gone to sleep now,
walks.
Peggy's walks,
Retro
Ramblers, and you've got our adventures like we booked now. We're going to Caerphilly Castle.
but that's going to be under a new playlist.
It'll be under a new playlist.
So
it's still under the channel.
It will be under the channel. So this year you're going to get Ratty Tales.
But with the shows, it takes a lot to film a show.
Yeah.
And it's the least watched content on the channel.
We have been asked already to make sure we still do those.
So we have been asked to do them. But
Especially by your auntie.
Would you guys just rather we focus on one thing and at the show, or I don't know? You let us know. Say in the comments what you want.
Yeah, let us know.
Let us know. It's you who watch it. I film it. I don't mind filming it, but it's you guys who watch it. So I need to know what you want, what you'd like on there, really. Especially as we're a small and unique channel and we do what we do. But yeah, we need to film a lot more. That's why I bought the 2 new cameras. So if you missed it earlier, I've bought the Pocket DJI Pocket, I think it's called, with a gimbal and so on. It's exactly the same as the drone, the DJI drones, and we've got a DJI drone.
Yeah, we do.
Which I'm still practicing, not very successfully. A bit nervous. It flies away.
And I've got the Canon V10. I'm sure it's something like Super Shot or something it's called, but it's a V10, and that is a vlogging camera.
Yeah, so we got all.
Plus the phones.
Plus the phones are powerful nowadays, aren't they? So we've got all the.
Plus,
we've got all the cameras
when
ready
we
for
go
this
to
year.
places like the NEC.
Oh, we forgot. I was going to call him a slave.
Yes, I'm saying. Plus, we've got the NEC, and then the NEC we've actually booked into 2 car shows. So in March we are going to the. Got to get these right way around now. We are going to the Practical Classics Restoration Show.
Come and say hello. Come and shout with us. Come and have a.
That same day at the NEC is also the Outdoor Expo. So I'm going to be going to both.
Don't know if she's going to do that.
And then in November,
sit down and have a pasty while she's running around like that.
In November, we've also got the Lancaster Insurance Classic Car Show.
The November one.
The November one. And with both of those...
Am I allowed to say I prefer the March one?
Yeah, yeah. Okay. But with both of those, we've also got our friend Gareth coming along with us with his camera and his... he's going to be filming on our behalf. He bought himself a new mic set for us to use. Now, Gareth is also called Kyver Aerial Photography because he does drone footage as well. So he has got his own new channel on YouTube, but he's also going to come out and film for us. So on our last NEC one, we did a walk around the pride of the show where we walked around the middle with all the nice cars on show, and he gave us his mics, and as he was recording the film and recording all the cars going all the way around and us looking at them as he was going around, of course it picked up our voices while we was talking about those cars as well.
It was interesting.
It was a really nice little walkthrough.
You enjoyed it.
Okay, here we go. DS Models. Hello.
Hello, DS Models. That's a great name.
Hi. A mixture of everything at the shows would be good for me, and the workshop car content, all brilliant content from you both. Oh, thank you.
Thank you. Well, like I say, we really intend to get back on it.
Yeah.
We're giving ourselves a slap because the channel.
But to be fair, that's one of the reasons why I put the cameras.
Yeah, we sat down in December and we thought, what's good, what's bad, you know, have a review of the year, and we thought we did a lot. The last 2-3 years, we've really crammed a lot in.
You keeping the fire going?
No, it's a bit flipping hot, isn't it?
It is a bit.
And and one of the things we thought was
even though we managed to get content, we like to put content on there weekly.
Sometimes it's hard to.
So I mean, there was one point we were getting 2 videos a week on there, but we like to have stuff on there at
Try and
least
stack
weekly.
it, yeah.
And that hasn't always happened. And then we thought, well, what can we do with the, we got the drone that we've been practicing, we got the 2 camera setup and so on. But yeah, like you said, a bit of everything.
I won't record when I do my retro Rambler walks with my group, because that is something that obviously I'm going for training with them. But because I've got some people who are just getting out there and getting started, being in front of a camera is not good for them. It's not good for their mentality. They need to have the fact that they've taken that step to come outside and join us is a good thing. And I've been in their shoes, so I know what it feels like to try and get out and do stuff.
So if I go along, I'll take the pocket DJI with me
and just capture us at the back.
Capture
the backs
I
of
can
us.
capture the stuff that we find on the way, because Peggy goes to some places where you're like, wow, look at that, and there are little snippets that I would like to capture. It won't capture the group. So
today
I couldn't do it with the phone.
So today we did one which we've done previously, but I did say to them today wasn't an official Retro Ramblers walk.
I'm just gonna let a dog out.
Yeah. So the reason why we went was because we took Jack with us as well, and it was a bit rainy and a bit wet and a bit muddy in places. And I did say to them, because normally when I do the Retro Ramblers walks itself, I don't take Jack along, because a lot of them do bring their dogs, but Jack doesn't get along with some dogs. So I just put out today and said, if you'd like to join me, this is an unofficial walk, please do not bring your dogs so I can bring mine. And I tell you what, I had 3 it was only 7 of us there, and 3 of those were newbies, and I was really pleased with that.
He's barking at the moon now, isn't he?
He is barking at the moon now, yeah.
Yeah.
To be a werewolf, but I'm all right now. So
yeah, where was we?
So yeah, so that's the reason why one of the reasons why I don't actually record all my walks, because where I am with the group, I am there leading the group.
The nice thing with this DJI Pocket, I've got all the kit to go with it as well, like tripods and like waterproof casings and all sorts of things. But generally, it's just a small thing. And the idea is
I have seen that people walking around with that.
Yeah, you just hold
I
it.
went to,
And no matter what you do, it keeps it level, because it is like the drone.
Yeah.
It's not on at the minute.
on the moment, so it's not
That will
the
keep
gimbal
level.
bit, yeah.
And you can even shake it and so on, and it will film. But it's not intrusive.
Yeah,
So you
whereas
could-
when you're like that with your phone,
Yeah, you can put it
It's-
on and just
yeah.
record something. You can, like this, you can keep it not hidden. That
no, not hidden.
sounds wrong, but
And I did see when I was in London 3 weeks
look
ago,
forward to using it.
walking a marathon, so I did 26.2 miles. On the next day, I went over to the Sky Garden, which is the top of the walkie-talkie building, and I actually saw about 3 or 4 people walking with those. And even whilst I was doing my actual walk itself, the charity walk itself, there was quite a few tourists using that
I
type
look
of
forward
camera.
to using that.
So, yeah.
I'm looking forward to
Especially along the South Bank, they were using that.
it. Yeah, I'm quite excited to get to grips with that camera. And I have found now, I found it a bit end of the year.
We could film us doing the 10K in Bath,
Yeah, I could do that.
because it's just it would be us two.
With the workshop, as you might not be aware, I don't have mains
Oh, hang
electric
on.
in the workshop.
We've got a siren back to go past.
They're looking for you.
They're looking for you.
All right, they haven't found me.
Well, there you go. Sirens have just stopped.
They've stopped.
They found you.
Found the wrong lead. With the workshop, I don't have mains electric.
No.
So
We
I have
live
to-
off of solar.
I have to fire up a generator for the welding, and most of it's off of solar.
Mhm.
So this time of year is crap, and it's cold and horrible out there. It's not totally watertight.
It's not
in the
nice,
workshop.
yeah.
You don't want to be out there workshop. But when it was good, the end of the autumn last year, I did discover something that was so obvious. I wish I'd thought of it before. That when I'm doing the welding and doing the projects and bits and bobs, I can put the camera wrapped in a glass case. And I've made now myself a little glass case now, and I put the camera in it, and then I can focus on working on the bench and showing you what I'm doing without having to stop moving it out. Because before I had to sort of record, then move it to safety because I'd get burn marks on
Burn
the
marks,
screen
yeah.
and stuff. And I just thought, why didn't I ever think of this before? So I can now record through the glass screen. and my phone doesn't get burnt. Top tip.
Okay. So a mixture of everything then.
A mixture of everything. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
We'll keep doing what we're doing.
Any questions? You're very quiet tonight.
I know.
The last time we did.
We've got 6 people on here. I think one of them is actually me because I wear my other phone, so I can.
Hello, Peggy.
I know.
I can give a shout out to you. Yeah, so we last time we did a live, you had loads of questions, and you got great questions, things I'd never even thought of. So
come on,
ask a question. You got time now, and if you're watching this and you got to this,
and we're not live anymore,
and we're not live, and you're watching it on the catch up.
One, well done for keeping with us.
Exactly that, and you can still ask your question because it'll come through and I can answer. It's not a problem, or we can keep it in mind for another live. It's like I say, we haven't done one for ages.
No.
Hopefully, I wouldn't want to do them all the time, but maybe once a month or once every other month you'd like us to do a live.
Apart from all that, how are you both, health-wise, etc.? Thank you, David. It's very hot. To be fair, Chloe wasn't very well today. She had this raging headache.
I got an infected tummy button. Laugh at that. Never thought I'd say that live on air. Look after your tummy button.
If you've got an innie, not an outie, you need to look after it a lot more. Tummy buttons are they? You're either an innie or an outie.
I lost my tummy button once.
Yeah,
that's true. I did a job and I was working in the transport industry, and I must have lifted some stuff.
You had a hernia.
I lifted too much stuff over a long period of time, and I had a hernia that was
an umbilical hernia. It's called.
It was.
Right by the belly button.
I can't remember if it was above or below my tummy button now. And my tummy button disappeared. The hernia got rid of my tummy button. It just vanished. It gone. And when I went into the surgery, they saved my life because I would have been died within an hour. And the surgeon saved my life and got rid of the hernia. And when I took all the bandages off and was able to heal, I was like, well, hey, I got a tummy button back. I'm so chuffed. And it's been good for 15 years or so now, until now.
Yeah.
Now I've got to look after it.
Just got to look after. You better look after anyway.
I forgot.
How can you forget?
So we give a shout out to David.
Yes, David.
Well done for watching, David. I know you've not been well, and same area. So we really hope you do get better soon. And we look forward to visiting you soon. And we still haven't seen your place yet.
Yeah.
We need to arrange that. So
we got to come over for.
When you get better, we'll arrange.
We got to come over for cookies.
David should he was trying to cut out cookies.
That
ain't gonna happen.
Well, there's 3 of us. You get 3 cookies. There you go.
Oh yeah, buy 3 cookies, 1 each. That'd be right.
Just tell Fassel it's for us. We'll be fine. I know you both need to pop over for a cuppa. I'd love a cuppa.
Yeah,
good old cuppa.
Mine's an iron brew.
Cuppa and a chat.
Yeah, no, we'll do that. We'll arrange that. That's good. I look forward to that. That'd be great. Yeah. Like I say, when we last did live, the comments were thick and fast. You've been very quiet tonight.
Yeah, they have.
Very quiet. All must be very content. How's your health-wise? So Peggy discovered last year she's got
Graves' disease.
It's a strange
Graves'
name.
disease is where my antibodies attack my thyroid, which causes my hormone levels to go wrong, which also causes my heart to overwork. So with that, which is plus asthma, that's why I'm in training now and doing the challenge of China, because it's a lot of steps, and I know when I start doing any kind of slope, steps or hills, anything like that, my chest does get quite tight, and I do find my heart rate does go right up. And the only thing for me to do, I go as red as that. I didn't today.
Peggy turns that colour. she goes from that
to that.
Very worryingly.
But because now I know what it is. If I stand still, if I go up a few steps, or actually I try and go as much as I can, and then I stop because my heart rate has gone too high, I will then stop, do a couple of deep breaths. My heart rate does go down, and I can carry on. And I have already checked with my consultant and my GP, and they're both giving me the all clear to do China. So I did that before I signed up.
Nervous?
Yes, I'm a little bit nervous, But I have got my first training session with a lot of steep steps on the 2nd of March. With
I'm looking
my
forward to that one.
with my
cardio.
with my Retro Ramblers group, and I have warned them it's going to be steps and steep. So
Yeah,
because we're
cardio training.
we've got a quite a steep road here in Swindon called Kings Hill. David would know it very well. And behind Kings Hill, you've also got the steps that go up to Oakus Road, which is where the old hospital used to be. And that's going to be very, very steep. So I have said to all my Retro Ramblers that if it's very icy or if it's very, very wet, I will cancel it at short notice because I don't want an injury. And to be fair, I don't want any of them to have an injury. And I've got a wide range of ages of people that come along. So it's something I definitely don't want to happen, is anyone to be injured.
House-wise, everything else?
Health-wise, I've got my hips ache a little. My back aches a little. My lower back aches a little. But that usually happens after I've done a walk.
It's all age.
Yeah, but it's also where you've just done. And tomorrow we've got bowling, so I know somebody else that ache tomorrow. We're going 10-pin bowling.
I didn't have ache after doing bowling last time.
Yeah, we went 2 weeks ago.
Place in Swindon, and I didn't have ache after doing that.
So we went 2 weeks ago, and they'd when we finished. The next day, I had an email offering us 50% off if we booked within 2 weeks, but booked and played within 2 weeks. So tomorrow is that final day. So I stretched it out to the last day as I could. So yeah, we are going tomorrow, and doing 3 games.
Yeah, be good. I look forward to that.
Good fun,
I'm pretty good at it. Health-wise for me, last year I had my hearing tested. I'm half deaf.
Tone deaf. She can't hear certain tones.
Tone deaf means that I like certain music. Yeah, so I already knew that. I just needed it official because I struggle with talking on the phone. It's really weird. I can sometimes hear you guys when I'm watching a video and stuff. I can hear it, but when I
sometimes she can't, and she turns it right up, and I'm going, for God's sake, turn it down.
Yeah, it's really strange.
Oh, there you go.
It depends what it is, but I do struggle with electronics and so on. So yeah, so that's all official and stamped and
where
sorted.
we're based, we're near a railway line as well, and sometimes they have a low hum, and Chloe doesn't always hear that low hum either, especially when they're doing works on the railway. But the other night, I think the wind must have been going in the right direction, because she went, "What is that hum?" And I went, "Railway line," because I've got so used to hearing it, I know exactly what it is now. So yeah.
Other than that, all good.
And Jackie boy's doing really well. He's 10.
11 this year.
He'll be 11 in September. So yeah, which means we'd had him 10 years.
When you see the old photos of him, he did look puppyish.
Yeah.
You see him now, and he's going grey around the whiskers, and
he's
fatter in the face. A bit like all of us humans.
Yeah,
we get fatter in the face as we get older. He's certainly chunkier in the face.
But he's still a happy soul.
He's very active, very happy.
Yeah.
Good at security.
Very good at security.
Keeps any nasty people out.
Very good at security, and absolutely loves his muddy walks like he did today.
Yeah, he's good.
So David, we did the route that you, me, and Connor did that time. That's the route we took today. It was a bit more muddy though. Oh, I bet you do miss Jack. I bet you miss his cuddles. He's very good at cuddles.
Can always bring him to yours.
Yeah,
like
we can always bring him to. He'd be very good. We can
does
always bring him to
wine.
yours.
The cutest thing was he hadn't seen Connor for a very long time.
Yeah.
There was a period where him and Connor fell out, and Connor
just did not want to know.
Connor didn't want to know. Connor.
Yeah, it was the same route.
Connor didn't want to know, and it was for a long period of time. So he hadn't seen him. And then I was walking Jack. This was about a year ago. I was walking Jack, and Connor rang me and said, "I'm dropped off at the bus. Do you want to meet up and go out?" I said, "I'm just walking Jack." He said, "Where are you? I'll walk up to you." I said, "All right." And Jack spotted him from a distance, and he has a certain noise that he only makes if he's missed someone for a while.
Or he knows who it is.
And he was so happy to see Connor, and he made that noise, and he fussed him, and he was just so happy to see him. And I think that changed something with Connor. Connor realised then that, he did. The dog actually did miss him, and he missed the dog, and so on. That was nice.
Yeah.
That was nice. Yeah. Right. I don't know how much longer you want to see us ramble.
No, that's what I do.
Yeah.
I ramble.
So, and I got to let dog in a minute. It's not that bad out there, but
No.
yeah. So, any more questions? Because I think we'll wrap it up about 1:15, as in 1 hour 50.
Yeah.
So you got
15 minutes.
You put up with us for 15 more minutes, and then my battery would be dead, and the phones, and not just mine. Yeah. Any more burning questions? Like I say, I don't know. I haven't looked to see when we last did a live, but it was quite
8 months
some time.
ago.
Was it?
And that was you with Jack in the walking around the gut park.
Where was that? Why, I went live with Jack around the park. Did I?
May I shows you at the park?
See, I don't remember that. 8 months ago. What was it previous to that then?
I think it's been nearly a year ago.
What, sitting here doing one of these?
Yeah. Let me come out of this and I'll soon tell you, because I'll come back in a
That's
minute.
a long time ago, isn't it?
Actually, I can keep it on there. That's all right.
We've done Retro Rats in its older form of Retro Renovations. We've done Retro Renovations and Retro Rats for, I think this is our 8th year, isn't it?
Mm.
I think this is our 8th year. So we're really, really grateful to all of you who follow us, who comment, who give us a thumbs up.
So a year ago we went live when you had your haircut. And then 8 months ago it was you at the park.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a long time ago. So all of you who did sponsor us in 2024 for my hair, it's grown back. It's back. It's a year's growth. It was mid-January. I shaved my head, and we raised £1,005 for the Dogs Trust. So absolutely fantastic. Dogs Trust thanked us and thanked you. That was really amazing. Absolute, I know, a tear in my eye that you could pull together so well and do that for us. And we hope you can pull together again, same again, Dogs Trust this year for Peggy doing China. So how can people find your page?
So I have already put it in the comments, but all you need to do is if you go to www.justgiving.com/page/lovable rogue.
Lovable Rogue, that's the one.
Lovable rogue.
Or check out, the Retro Rambler and the Retro Rats page. We'll share it on there. We've pretty much got to get Peggy to target by May, really. We've got a long way to go, but we need to do it by May.
Jenny's gone, Jackie boy.
Jackie boy, yeah.
He's outside at the moment. We have to
I can
bring
hear
him
him
in.
Sniffing. He's still exploring and sniffing outside. I won't get him in just yet. Let him burn off some more energy out there.
Yeah.
He's all right. It's not raining at last.
I know, it was raining earlier. To be fair though, it wasn't absolutely tipping it down, so it wasn't so bad.
Swindon was mentioned in the news.
It was.
Swindon was mentioned in the BBC News because
for the last 7 days we've had no sunshine.
No sunshine.
So we've had no sunshine recorded. We've had daylight, but no sunlight.
No sunlight, no solar. We're lucky we got the light on.
I know.
It was only because of today. It suddenly went from I'm dead, up to sort of 14 and a half volts. I was like, hang on, let's get some stuff on charge. So yeah.
In a minute, Jack.
I'll let him back in.
Yeah, go and let him back in.
Think of your burning questions before we go.
Here we go. Jenny, you get to see him in a minute. I'll get him to come up. Ready? Jack!
Jackie boy, go say hello.
Come here then, come for cuddle.
Wants to see you. Where's David?
Come here. Come here.
Go see Peggy.
I'm here.
Over there.
Jack.
I'm coming.
Jackie boy.
I'm coming. Go and sit down.
He's like, no, you know what I want? Come and sit down.
I want a biscuit.
No. Hello. There's Jackie boy. So Jackie boy, there you go.
Give it to Peggy. I ain't got it. It's there.
I've got it. So would you like this? There you go. It's called a biscuit.
You going to say hello to David?
You can say hello to David.
Point to the
Where's
camera.
David?
Over here. Over here.
Where's
There he
David?
is.
And Jenny. And Jenny. You want to say hello to Jenny? Because you met Jenny. You went to Jenny's house.
They're saying hi, Jack. Up
There
there.
you go.
Up there.
Hi, Jack.
Up here.
He's like, what? No. He thinks you've got another biscuit for him, don't.
I'll have a cuddle then.
Want cuddle? Yeah, cuddles.
You're a good lad, aren't you?
So yeah, so Jenny says hi, Jack. She does. Yes, she does. You get lots of hearts. I can see it on here. You get lots of... Yes, you are. You get lots of hearts.
Yeah.
You're my lovable rogue. Yes, you are.
We all wear fur on a daily basis. Don't we, Jack? We all
Oh,
wear
yes.
fur on a daily basis. Yes.
Oh, yes.
And he
But
has,
yes.
has another habit where he comes up, he jumps on the bed, he'll look at you and he go, "Achoo." You're like, oh, thanks, mate.
Oh, he goes... Be like that. Yeah, beautiful boy. Are you a beautiful
Are you
boy?
playing now?
Jack, where's Sharky?
Go get your rope. Go get rope. Go get rope.
Go on.
Go get rope. Move. Go get rope.
Go get rope.
Don't put your tail on my face. Go get rope.
There we go. He's going to go and get his toys now.
Oh, he's brought a Sharky.
He's
Right.
got Sharky. No,
Yeah.
no, that's Rabbit.
Oh, you're a rabbit now.
You got Rabbit.
I've got... I better show David something, actually. Keep getting off the bed.
Oh, there you go. There's also a sofa.
Hang on, I've got to show David.
It's like, no. Give it here. Show David.
Show David, move. Look what survived, David. How did that survive?
The only one that survived, apart from his eyes. Go on then, take Teddy.
Go on, over there. Here, let me sit back down. Move, move,
Go on.
move.
So yeah, so David, he still has the Teddy.
Move.
Go on. Okay, right.
I don't know how that teddy survived. He destroyed all other teddies within 30 seconds. And
But you say that.
and this one, well, David's leaving gift,
I know it has
that
survived a long
survived
time.
a long time. Go and get it. Go
So
get it. Go
apart
get
from
it.
that one, he has now had Sharky a couple of months, and Rabbit is his new one, and he hasn't chewed that one up yet either.
No, but there was another polar bear that got destroyed within
Yes,
minutes. Yes.
it did. Yeah,
Yeah. I've got hair in my glasses.
I've got completely
He's
covered in
molting
fur.
again.
He is molting again for his summer coat.
He's starting to molt. Summer's coming, isn't it, mate?
Oh, he's got that look in his eye.
Summer's coming.
He's got that mad look in his eye. Go get your Teddy then.
He really has got a mad look in his eye.
You're quite a lovable rogue, aren't you?
Yeah, I've got a funny look in your face. Right, that's enough about that.
Yes.
Right, you've got a few minutes. Burning questions.
Any questions at all? Come on.
Burning questions. We'll answer not like anything. Why not any answer? A couple more minutes left and then we'll wrap up. But we're really, really grateful to you all. Like I say, put in the comments what you like. You've said a bit of everything. That's really nice. Yeah. Also, tell us what you like the most. What you enjoyed watching the most. That's really useful feedback to say what you enjoyed the most.
Yeah.
I have had a request. I've got to get this right now. Is it SMR?
ASMR.
ASMR. That's it. ASMR.
So basically, when Chloe's doing the welding and that, she got to keep quiet.
No, not for welding. No.
Okay.
When
you come into Devon?
May.
May.
I won't shout out when, but we're coming in
May.
May.
I'll message you.
We'll message you. We'll message
May.
you when he's coming in May. Yeah, ASMR. What does it stand for? A sound. No, it doesn't mean that, does it? Anyway, ASMR means the sound of things. People use it to relax, but others use it to sort of reminisce. And they wanted it for the classic car stuff. So like shutting the door on the Morris Minor, the little squeaks that the back door of the Olive makes,
The squeak of the clutch pedal in Wilson.
the starting, because you turn the key and then you pull the start. I mean, all these things are dying out and they're going to get rarer. You know, all these cars are dying out. Yeah, I don't like it. And so I'm going to do it now. I've got this camera. I think it'd be easier for me.
I'll do it on mine as well.
And Peggy's camera. With the two cameras, we're going to do ASMR. And the other thing I'd like to do is, you know, the Italian job. And we've kind of figured out now where that camera was mounted. And I think it'd be good in Olive because it needs to be, or gas. It needs to be a big steering wheel, so you kind of go.
Yeah.
There's no good being like that or electronic, is it? You need a bit of feel back. So it's going to be Olive or gas, and we're going to mount the camera. And we've picked a road. We know what road we're going to do it on, and we're going to do that Italian job drive as well. That's going to be one of the videos. We're going to do the
But
Italian job
but
drive.
not end up like he did
If I
He's
end
dead
up, if I
in the Alps in an accident.
Oh dear, that'd be worrying, wouldn't it?
I know.
Yeah, so that's one of the.
Autonomous sensory meridian response.
Oh, I have to write that down. Well done. My voice has gone croaky now.
Is that another ASMR?
Only for weird people.
Oh,
So yeah, I've been requested to do that. That request was quite some time ago actually, and I haven't done it. But I was just thinking what we could do. So I think from what we've got, it would be gas starting up because that's got a unique sound. The doors shutting on Olive. She makes a unique sound with her rear doors.
yeah.
What else could there be?
I don't know what else could there be.
I don't know. What other noises would be autonomous?
I don't know.
We'll have to try a few things because there's a lot of things that we take in our daily lives, but now people don't have these things, you know, because these cars are getting a bit rare. But even though we're still using them, other people don't see them. So we'll have a listen over the next few weeks. We'll have a listen and make a list, and we're going to do the ASMR. And then when the weather gets a little bit better, so it looks more like a nice sunny day on the Alps, we're going to do the Italian job drive.
Now, can I just say that it looks like somebody else might be watching now?
Is there?
Yeah. Say hello, Gareth.
Oh.
He just messaged me on WhatsApp.
All right. Yeah. You've missed
There you go. Howdy.
You've missed an hour and 10 minutes.
Yeah.
It's all right.
And we have
We'll
actually,
forgive you.
to be
You've
fair,
had a shout out.
we have given you a shout out,
Yeah.
Gareth.
Yeah. You
So
can
yes.
you can watch it again to see all the derogatory comments. Dog. He's down there.
There was no derogatory.
Thanks. Yeah. So we spoke favourite. We spoke favourably.
Said that
of
you're
you.
our cameraman for when we go to the NEC.
Yeah. Yeah, we spoke favourably of you, and we give your channel a shout out.
Yeah.
Yeah, so ASMR, ideas for ASMR. It don't have to be all the vehicle
Me doing
ones.
my coat up to go on a walk.
Oh, I suppose so.
Putting your shoes on, crunching along on the
Probably get
leaves.
some weird kinky follower then.
I don't know. Crunching along on the leaves.
Oh, you've missed autumn.
Scrouch on the mud.
Did that today.
Slip over in the mud.
I nearly did that today. Do you know why I nearly did that today? And I did exactly that. I opened my mouth and said something and then got cursed. Because Jeff, who was with us, and if you're watching this afterwards, Jeff, hi. Jeff said to me, "Oh, go steady." He was quite concerned actually. He goes, "Don't fall over." He said, "Because I'll have to laugh." And I think that's exactly the right thing to say. And I always say that to people when they're on the boat, you know, don't trip over because I'd have to laugh. And I said to him, I'm quite sure-footed, you know, I'm not going to fall over. I'm quite good.
Yeah,
in
but you
mud.
had Jack.
No, that's all right. He's all right. I know, even with Jack, I don't fall over. But as soon as I said it, my foot got caught in a bramble. And then my foot didn't come forward with me, and I nearly did tumble. But that's not being sure-footed. That's
because it got caught up in
bloody
something.
bramble. Yeah. So I nearly got caught out.
Oh, okay.
Nearly wore a mud pack.
I nearly did as well, slipping down that slope.
I did notice you sliding around on that slope. I thought, where you at?
To be fair, because I was the first one to go up, and then they all went, right, don't go that way, go that way.
I cheated. Jack bolted up there, and I said, "Jack, come back down." And he came back down, and Jeff goes, "What are you letting him back down for?" I said, "Because he'd pull me up." And he pulled me straight up. I was all right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was an alright walk.
Any final questions?
Yeah, come on, we want questions.
Final questions. We said we'd wrap this up at the 15th minute past the hour.
And it's now 15:15.
Yeah. So it's in time with the actual hour.
I know.
I was looking at the time when we've been recording hour, but yeah. So any final questions? And we're really, really grateful for you joining us on this time. So like I say, let us know in the comments if you're watching this afterwards what you'd like to be filmed in 2025. Ideas for ASMR, ideas for the day trips, ideas that Gareth can do his drone on.
Yeah.
Places that are achievable for us to reach, and we can film from the air with Gareth. Things that we can explore on the ground.
So Gareth, I'm going to be walking parts of the Ridgeway. Maybe you and Chloe can drive to certain sections and maybe do the aerial footage of it.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that. Sounds like a plan.
Yeah, I'll do that. I let Gareth fly. He's very good. He's very
He's
talented.
very, very talented at doing
very
the
talented at it.
drones. Yeah.
I like the idea. I like sort of saying go over here and look at this and fly through there. And Gareth's
See,
good
I
at
would
getting
have
good better
loved
at doing
Gareth
it.
to have been with us. We went to Corfe Castle last, but when I
You're not allowed to fly around Golf Castle.
But
National Trust, isn't it?
oh yeah, but the railway wasn't on. It was actually closed. So Gareth would have been allowed to go above the steam railway line.
I've walked the Ridgeway.
Oh,
that is a
lovely.
feat. Did you do all of it?
Did you do all of it? Is it it's 87 miles?
That's a feat, that is.
Hmm.
It's very remote. So a few years ago, Peggy wanted to do something for charity, and she was thinking about walking the Ridgeway. But
It would have been cool.
yeah, Peggy was thinking about walking the Ridgeway, and I said, trouble with the Ridgeway
It's
is
quite remote.
It's so remote, and it's still very
Yeah.
remote that I like a pub. There was no pubs, not really.
Not on the actual
Not on the
route
route.
itself.
Not on the route. Well, not even close, really.
What there is. There's what the well on the
yes,
inn.
all of it took a week. Well done to you.
It does take
But
a
yeah.
week because I did
But in the end, you did the K&A.
I did the K&A, which is the same length, and I took me 7 days to do that.
And that was better because we were able to take the camper van to different sections.
You met me,
I
didn't
could
you?
I could get the camper van nearer to Peggy for.
So I could have
was gonna say
breaks.
for maintenance. You're a robot now.
Yeah.
And there was only one place
By the time she got there, I'd already gone past.
there was one place that took me so long to get to. Peggy had already gone past, so I had to drive on to the next one. And there was one place I got miraculously stuck, but that was their own fault. It finishes in the middle of nowhere. Yeah, it's
The Ridgeway actually finishes at it's meant to finish at Avebury. You can go slightly further and finish just by the main A4, but the actual Ridgeway turns into a different Ridgeway. Sounds really funny, but the main Ridgeway turns into a branch Ridgeway because there's actually two.
yeah, it was hard.
So it actually does finish at Avebury.
Like you said, it was so far out the middle of nowhere. I didn't think it really. I mean, it was probably beautiful
For
to
us,
walk,
Avebury's not that far
but
in a sense.
The Aylesbury bit and all that must be
Yeah.
lovely because that's quite
That's
high.
quite high up.
Because the trouble with the Wiltshire part is, yes, it's very high up, but so's the land around it. So it's
Yeah.
not like magnificent views. You can see a bit from Barbary Castle, but yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Ivanhoe Beacon. So that's
we-
where it start. That's where we start. Yeah.
a couple of years ago, we went round Aylesbury area and that, and when we stayed overnight and we went up to the top. Do you remember that Jamaican ice cream man?
Oh my God.
I do the best ice creams in the world, man. Come and have an ice cream. They were good.
They were very nice.
Yeah. So we met him, and yeah, we enjoyed that. We're going to go and explore that area again at some point because it was only we were only there briefly, but it was nice. Wasn't
Yeah.
It? So that'd be good. But yeah, so you walked the K&A.
So yeah.
Yeah.
And I've done loads of other different walks and things.
So yeah, that's it really.
Mm.
That's all the cars, that's all the projects, that's all the walking, that's all the adventures. Shout out to Gareth. We need to book an Airbnb and go somewhere for the weekend, and you can take your drone, but I'll be holding the dog, but it'll be all right.
I think I've got the guidebook for the Ridgeway. Actually, I haven't got the guidebook for the Ridgeway. I've got the guidebook for the White Horse Way,
They were there for a bit,
which is the
taking them down,
Sarsen,
yeah.
which they also call the Sarsen Trail. I've got the guidebook for the Kennet and Avon, and I've even got the guidebook for the Southwest Coastal Path, the whole 630 miles. So
That
yeah, I've got
Pilgrim's
a few.
Trail one
I've got
looks good.
I've got quite a few different ones.
Pilgrim's Trail is
Yeah, we'll talk about it tomorrow
Pilgrim's Trail is
when we go bowling.
down. It's not Winchester. It's further over than that. Is it?
Pilgrim.
Is it Chichester?
No, it's Winchester.
Is Winchester?
It's Winchester.
is it?
Remember, it's a cathedral.
And it goes over towards. Because I remember we discovered it when you was doing the War of the Worlds stuff.
It goes Woking Way and then up.
Woking Way and that, doesn't it? The
Yeah.
Pilgrim's Trail goes.
I've got another.
diagonally-
I've also got the
It
other
goes
one,
northeast, doesn't it?
and then I've got another one that starts off. Is it Andover or South? or Salisbury or something, or just outside Salisbury that way, and it goes all the way down to Southampton. I've got that one as
we
well.
also like looking at the canals, you know.
Yeah.
Do so much work on our canal. It's nice to go and see other canals. And we did the what was that called? That was really sweet. Didn't have boats on it because it was too shallow, but the Basingstoke Canal, that had such clear water. That was a summer day, wasn't it? And there was an abandoned castle there that we didn't know about, and that. So yeah, this we think you could spend a whole lifetime exploring the UK and still find stuff.
Yeah.
There is so much stuff. When you know, and we find, especially when you go to one area for one thing and you find other stuff there, and you just think, why didn't I know about that? What about that abbey that was in the middle of nowhere? We filmed it on here. We did a peaceful video of it.
Gamwood.
Ailes.
No.
Abbots? Oh, I can't remember what it's called.
I have to look for it.
You'll have to look it up. It's in the past videos. But what a place!
That was on the way to Weymouth. Yeah, it is so much on our doorstep. You are right.
That abbey wasn't far away, but to get to it was a faff.
Because we only found it because we were going from Chichester to Weymouth to go meet my sister.
Oh, not that one.
Oh.
That was good as well. That was a chapel.
Oh, are you on about the one the one where my car passed its MOT and I said I'm taking it and had the new exhaust and
Peggy's car had been off the road for a little while and we needed to give it a run. So we took it to that abbey and there's hills all the way round. And
this abbey is right down the bottom.
And you come over the brim of this hill and there's only one road to it and it's a bit like a farm track. You come over the hill, you can see for miles, and then you just descend and you keep descending into this valley and you go through woodlands. And when you get to the very, very base of the valley, there's the remains of a very, very famous abbey. And the stories, when you read the plaques and stuff, the stories, there's in medieval times, if you're historian and that, this abbey was so famous that people used to travel hundreds of miles to go to this one abbey. But it's surrounded by a deep valley. It's wonderful, and it's only this side of Gloucester. I'd never heard of it before.
No, we only found it because
when I said to Connor, because Connor studied history, Connor was like, "Yeah, I know about that abbey. It's remarked in history and records a lot." And I went, "But did you know it was local?" And he went, "No." I went, "There you go. What a magical place it was."
Very magical.
Right, you must be sick of me rambling on now. There we go.
So we're now going to say goodbye. Gareth, we'll see you tomorrow for bowling.
David, get back. Jenny, we'll see you soon.
We'll see you in May.
The others are watching. Peggy, hello. The others who are watching, you kept quiet. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for being here.
Yeah.
Thank you for supporting us for so long. I don't know the actual date we started the channel. I need to sort of put that in memory, but I think we're going into our 7th or 8th year and we're really grateful for that. The ultimate question, should we stay retro Ratz and you're all Ratz? Because I sometimes think we should go back to renovations.
No. Retro Ratz with our ratty.
We have to do a poll.
No, it's got to be we're not changing anymore.
Not changing, boss has spoken.
Because you got retro Ratz and see, even Guy put no retro Ratz, retro Ramblers. Yeah, exactly. No.
Need a big hoodie made with the rat on it.
Well, I got one done for us before. Oh no, it was a t-shirt.
Yeah, my t-shirt fell off my back in the end.
Yeah,
I wore
exactly.
it and wore it and
keep
wore it
the rats. Thank you.
I need a nice big hoodie with the rat on it.
Gareth says keep the rats.
Yeah, we're gonna get
keep the rats. Otherwise we can't have ratty tails.
Oh yeah. Yeah, Carly's coming to join the clan. So we got Gareth joining the clan, but he likes being behind the camera.
And we got Carly, who's going to be in front of the camera with us. He's going to be in front of the clan. In front of the camera. You're going to like her. Oh yeah.
She's got a great Wiltshire accent.
She's got a great personality too.
Yeah. You'll like Carly. She's going to be fun. Oh, here we go. You joined YouTube on January 2017. Oh, that's a really interesting fact, David. I mean, I'm the one who should know that, but I don't. January as well. Must have been a New Year's resolution.
Might have been. 17,
I have it on her fingers. 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. That was hard to bend. 23, 24, yeah, 25.
8 years.
Wow.
There you go.
It's gone quick, isn't it?
I'm happy to give it a try in front of the camera.
Well, to be fair to you, you've done a couple of the reviews with
Yeah.
us. You did the one for bringing Wilson into the 21st century. That was quite good. I enjoyed that. And one of our most watched videos now is the what's the dash camera that I still use in the chimney. It's very good. Oh, when we were chatting through the vehicles, I said you missed one. I got smart now. Because you missed one.
What?
When we went through all the vehicles, you missed one.
What?
We got a new addition.
What?
We bought a Ford Escort van.
Oh, for God's sake.
I knew
Where
you missed one.
where is it?
It's with the mechanic.
That's why I've missed it, 'cause it's at the mechanics.
I knew when we went through him, I was thinking, there's something missing. Because Peggy had gone through all the vehicles, and I said to you, are you sure? We bought...
Excuse me, I haven't been in it yet.
Peggy hasn't been in it
That's
yet.
probably why another reason why I missed it is because I haven't been in it. Just joined the stream. What's the beetle? The
Oh.
jigsaw puzzle, Harry.
Harry, you've had loads of shout-outs on this. You're going to have to watch it back. Well, welcome for joining us. We were going to wrap up 10 minutes ago. I love the fact we had such a laugh on the video on the
Android Auto, yeah.
Yeah, you got to have a laugh, ain't you? You got to be human. You got to be, I can't do all this prim and proper. And so, Harry, welcome. Watch back when I'll press to put this stream to watch back. What's the latest on the Beetle? Was that the question?
Yeah, jigsaw puzzle.
Yeah.
She's still a jigsaw
I
puzzle.
bought a car cover for it. That's the latest.
And the wind keeps taking it off.
The sad part was when I bought it, he was breaking up with his wife and he didn't quite know the condition of it either. He did say I could drive over there and have a look at it first before buying it, but I was just happy to get it, you know.
It's a Beetle.
We've done it. It's good. Deal's done. But the wiring loom is all cut to shreds. And hey, what's the matter? Come here. And the fuse box, all from the fuse box, all the wiring loom, and is gone. It's only from the engine to the rear of the door frame, door pillar. So there's no wiring loom. So I have to do a complete wiring loom. The engine's in there. The engine's ready to fire up. But I also can't open the bonnet. They took the bonnet catch out and shut the bonnet, so I can't get into the bonnet area.
We're due a catch up in person anyway. I'll drop you over a ton of Haynes manuals soon.
Let's get it in the diary.
Yeah.
Because we didn't make it the last time. Let's get it in the diary. Let's meet up and come and have a look at it. Come and have a play, because it would be really nice to have the Harry go over the yellow Beetle.
Jigsaw puzzle.
Yeah, I just think it'd be lovely. I don't plan on doing a lot with it this year because I really want to try and get the Two Rascals done this year. They've been sat there so long. I want to get the Two Rascals done. So that's my plan for this year, is to get, well, you missed earlier, you'll see it. I went through the vehicles earlier. Wilson's on the road, but I need to get Nippy Norm done. I need to get Olive done. There's so much to be done this year. So the Beetle's going to be wrapped up, but you can still come and have a look at it.
You can have a drive on my very slow T25.
Only if you promise to bring your tour box, because every single time I've ever driven a T25, the damn things are broken down. But I know you've got a diesel, so I'm much more happy. I'd love to have a driver of diesel. I've never driven a diesel T25. My dad owns a diesel T25, and he's been all over the country, but I've never driven his either. I've sat
Next to it.
I've sat in it once briefly, only briefly. So yeah, my dad actually owns a T25 diesel, and he said the diesel's a lot more reliable, but never really been anywhere with it. So yeah, I'd love to see it. Well done.
Yeah, it'd be quite nice. Honestly, the Honda Express is quicker.
Not at the moment. The wheels seized on it. I need to do the Express. Oh, mentioning the Express, my friend John is going to take the Melody and do a bit to it, and he's building 2 moped ramps, and we're going to do the Melody and Express side by side in his shed. So that's progress. They yeah, I've dug them out ready.
Still be quicker then.
Yeah, I've dug them out to take up to his soon, and we're going to do them side by side. Well, I said I was going to wrap this up at 1:30, but we're carrying on for a little bit.
Mhm.
Do you want us to carry on? Do a thumbs up or a thumbs down. You want us to carry on? It's flipping hot in here. I let the fire go out half hour ago.
Yeah, still quite warm in here. Give it a
Wolf,
rest.
come here. Come here. Let's say hello.
So shall we carry on?
Let's say hello.
We got
Turn to the camera.
Oh.
Turn around.
We did say 11 and now it says 9. Now it says 8.
Oh, it's all over the place, that thing.
I know.
It's all over the place. Don't know who's watching.
So yeah, so we'll carry.
Butter.
Shall we?
Butter.
Shall we carry on or shall we?
Butter.
Shall we go?
God, Jack, you got bad breath. You got that mad look in your eye.
Go and get your teddy.
Gaff says live long and prosper.
Yeah, I think we should do live long and prosper.
Live long. I can't do that. Live long and
Thank
prosper.
you, buddy. You my lovable rose.
Whatever suits you.
Happy to stick around and heckle a bit more.
Yeah, you have to watch your back. All right. Go on,
Jack,
sit down.
that's
Sit.
it.
Put your ass down.
He goes, I'm trying, but you're too fat.
Well said.
There we go.
All right. Okay. So what we were discussing earlier is what's happening with the vehicles and what's going, where we're going to go on adventures. Do you want to go on an adventure? Where should we go, mate?
Well, we're going to go to Devon in May.
Devon in May. We're going to Caerphilly Castle with Carly.
Yep.
We've
In
got some
March, we're going
shows.
to the NEC with Gareth.
Yeah, we're going to the NEC. I like the practical classics. You can't see me anymore, by the way. Practical classics in March.
I could watch Jackie Boy all night.
Not licking though. Stop it. I got
Not
wet.
stroking.
I got wet in the rain today. I don't want to be wet now. Look at you.
Carry on.
Resting his head on my stomach.
Yeah.
Well, you ask some questions and we'll go from there. Ask some
Yeah.
questions. Fire the questions because it's your entertainment viewing. I've disappeared behind a dog.
Oh, Jackie Boy.
I just got to have a swig of a drink.
Yeah, so have I. Can I have a bottle of water, please? Jackie Boy. Do a kiss. Get cuddle. Oh, I got cuddle. Thank you.
What's your questions?
Yeah, come on, give us a question and then we can start. Go get her. Go get her.
How many Haynes manuals has Harry got?
Yeah.
Don't know the answer.
How many Haynes manuals has Harry got?
Are you
Yeah.
poking me with your paw? Do you want another biscuit then? Like you give down drinks, but you haven't given me anything.
Kitty Canal updates. How's the Oasis stuff? Wow.
Okay. Any canal updates? How's the Oasis stuff? We have a
I speak to you all the time, so nope.
the canal Oasis. So
We've got a protest.
we got a
Tomorrow.
well, it's not really-
Protest march
I'm
tomorrow.
hoping it doesn't turn too much into protest. So the problem with the Oasis is you got the people who want to protect the canal corridor, ourselves, and you've got the people who want to protect the hall and the Oasis next door. Well, they can't do a lot to the Oasis because it's grade 2 listed now, but the hall isn't, and the Southern Capital own it, are destined to get the hall demolished. And those people are called the Save the Oasis campaign. Neil, who runs it, is a very nice chap. I'm not so sure about the ones who follow, whether what their agenda is. So we were doing a silent protest walk tomorrow to get publicity more than anything, a photo opportunity and so on, to try and protect the route of the North Wilts from the developers. But the advert picked up on it and they've called it a protest march, and the Oasis campaign are joining in and they're calling it a protest march. And I've also, it's on Ticket Source, and I've also, the other one, Eventbrite, and I've also got one name that's popped up on the list who's coming tomorrow I'm a bit concerned about. So we'll just have to see how it goes. So that's tomorrow morning, the protest march.
Yep.
Oh, have you seen Cruising the
Cruising the
Cat's
Cat
bought,
has
he's
bought
bought
out,
a tiny
hasn't
little one, hasn't he?
Yeah.
I have seen that. Yeah, well, it's ever so cute. I was a little bit jealous, but I need a canal here first, which I'm trying to build, by the way.
Not you personally.
Wow, I've done enough hours. So yeah, so that's tomorrow, and the reason I'll elaborate on that. So the Wilson Berks Canal Trust The route is mostly protected by EN11 historic protection route. So it's a protected route, which we did in the last sort of 18 months with the 3 local authorities. It's not set in stone, don't get me wrong, we've still got to fight for the route, but it is in law, in planning. The North Wilts Canal is not protected in planning. It's not, even though it's loosely protected under the EN11 policy, it's not guaranteed, and they could just leave you a narrow corridor, which isn't right. So we have to fight every bit of it. So that's what tomorrow's about. The bit you might be interested in, Harry, is the bank renovations at Rushy Platt. They WRG, the Water Recoveries Group, have been making us jump through lots of hurdles because they pulled out last October. We wanted to go again Easter this year, and we've done there was 19 subjects that they were wanted to work on. We've done all 19 categories. We've ticked all the boxes. We've sorted out everything that they were
You've
worried
even done
about.
the trial bit.
We've even done trial now that's finished, and WRG said 2 weeks ago they were finally happy with what we've done and they're happy to go forward. And now they've come back and said they don't think they've got internally the staff, the management to run a party for us or anyone really. They're pulling out lots of projects. They don't have the manpower management side to do their own work parties, which is really frustrating when they made us jump through so many hurdles. So as we stand, we gained the water vole license last, what are we on now? Saturday. We gained the water vole license on Monday of this week, just gone. So that's taken a lot of work, but we've got that from Nature England now. We've got the water vole license. We've got the scheme of works. We've got the finance in place. We've got all the materials ready to order. That's all going. Yes, please. We have gone back to WRG. It's a chap called Adrian who's doing it. We've gone back to WRG this week. We had a meeting on Thursday and we agreed in that meeting that we will give WRG a week to say yes or no. If they say no, that's no to Easter, not no to the project. And could they give us a different date in the year? And then what we will do is we will start the works ourselves. We'll be calling out for all kinds of volunteer labour. We want dumper drivers, digger operators, digger drivers, and we'll try and do a scheme of works for a week as much as we can during the Easter holiday. I don't know,
barring one day, because I'm organising a fun day which incorporates part of that.
I need to settle the date which Easter week, which weekend of Easter it is. But over the Easter we'll be doing one.
Can you run your own work party? I'm a digger dumper ticketed.
Yes. And if you come forward and put your name forward, if we settle on the dates and you put your name forward and you're ticketed, then there's a lot more chance it'll go ahead. Because we've got
can bring your own digger.
Yeah, there's only one that's banned on the Canal Network, and it happens to be the one we used last time, which we didn't know.
Oh, right.
It was only when WRG watched our video and they're like, you can't use that one.
Well, we did.
Which is, that's the dumper that was banned, not the digger.
Yeah.
I think it was a half-ton. No, it's the 1 ton dumper. I think the 1 ton dumper is banned on the Canal Network, which I didn't know that. But we got to use half tons or bigger. Bigger are a pain because they don't fit under the bridge, and half tons are so bloody tiny. You have to have 2 or 3 running back and forth. But yes, send me a message. Let's see what we can do. We'll settle the dates over Easter. Yes, we can get on with that. And we'll be doing as much as we can over that Easter break. Once we know we got the people, we will be doing. If WRG are definitely not coming, we'll be running that ourselves. And then if they say they're running one later in the year, we'll accept that.
Yes, because Way and Aaron keep rolling the little dumpers into the cup.
Yeah. So there's a national ban of not using a certain dumper on the canal, yeah. But we didn't know until after we'd done the trial. But we were all right with it. But hey, for insurance purposes, they've said don't do it again. So yeah. But we are going with or without WRG. We won't know till a week's time. But we are going full steam ahead with the Rushy Plat because we must make use of the vol license, because it's cost us a lot of money, and with the ecologist back and forth to get this license in place. And we the covenant of the money we've got, we must have so much progress to keep the grant. So it will be happening in Easter with or without them. But without them,
I've actually got a question for Harry.
oh, go on then.
Harry, what are you doing the first weekend in August? Would you like to show off your T25? Come to South Cerney Steam Fair. Come camp with us.
You won't regret that. 200
won't.
acres of mayhem. You'd love that.
And it'd be free.
Well,
bar your fuel
you
to
gotta
come
get
down,
there.
and obviously your food and stuff. But what I mean is it's free entry. Interesting.
Peggy, I'll ping you the details.
I'll ping you the
This
details.
is more like a one-on-one now. I'm sorry for all the other people watching. You can ask a question as well.
just ask. It's just because Harry was there. It just came into my head. But he's got a T25. Why not ask?
So that's with the canal. That will be going ahead. I'm really looking forward to that. We strolled past it today.
Yeah.
And the work that
The repair work they've done, the bank repair.
the bank repair work that the
Which is the
work
trial.
guys have been doing, they have finished it off absolutely
Yes.
lovely.
But what are you going to stay in?
Oh yeah, if you bring the Land Rover and a tractor, you'd have to sleep in the back of the Land Rover, wouldn't you?
Well, we've got the bed at the top. If you don't mind the dog.
Bobby likes sleeping in the back of the Land Rover.
Tent.
Oh,
yeah,
you
you can have the tent. Yeah,
Yeah.
you can have a tent on the stand. That's fine.
Just don't do what happened to us when we were down in Cornwall once. We went away and we came
He
back.
won't have that issue because we'll be there.
I know. We went away, and when we
Put the
come back,
tent up.
someone had run over it.
And it's the only tent in this big field,
If we'd
and they
done-
managed to run over it
If we'd been in there, we would have been dead. In the Alps.
in the Alps.
Yeah,
Saxon.
yeah, you can have tent. Yeah, not a problem.
Yep,
Yeah.
that works.
It's going to be the best.
So you
event.
can the camping opens, or in fact, if you come and volunteer, I can get you in slightly earlier, or I'll just get you in early. So you can get tents in. Is that the camping actually opens at 12 noon on the Thursday, and you can stay until the Monday lunchtime.
200 acres of mayhem. Tractors, massive lorries, trucks,
Buses,
buses,
Bikes,
probably the
cars.
biggest collection of buses other than a bus fest.
yeah,
Bikes, steamrollers,
yeah.
mass. 200. I would say they say 250 motorbikes, but I would say at least 100 NMO mopeds.
I think I look forward to it. Plus, then you've got all the auto jumbo and all the stores, the model tent.
I love a moped. I always dribble over
There's
the mopeds.
there's a tea tent, there's food, there's entertainment in the evenings, which we just usually stay. There's actually a fun fair.
The fun fair's nice.
The
at night.
arena.
It lights up at
Yeah.
night. It has all the lights going.
Honestly,
there.
it's worth it. It's worth doing.
It's nice to see it in the day when the show is open, but at night when all those
When
lights
it's all
come
lit
on
up, yeah.
and they do the steam, what they call a steam up, and the lights and that, and also the local village has a steam up and
Steam off.
a steam off, and they go all to
And
the
yeah,
local
the queue,
village after
the queue for the chip shop in the village is huge, but they work for it very quickly.
It's one of the best shows. We have it as a week's holiday every single year. It's just phenomenal.
I've already got it booked, and it's quite funny. I had my appraisal yesterday, and I said, "Oh, I've got all my holidays booked for this year." She goes, "Yeah, I've noticed you've got oils." And I goes, "Well, I've had to because I do so many music festivals, steam fairs." And she goes, "I love the fact you do all this." Yeah. So yeah, it was great.
I've got a complaint.
Go on then.
Last year's steam show disappeared in a blink of an eye.
It did. It really, really did. It went smoothly. I will say that. It did go smoothly.
Yeah.
And it did go in a blink of an eye.
Yeah, it was crazy busy. It was crazy how it went.
It was such nice weather.
And we have a lovely chap called Harry who comes down. Another Harry.
Harry.
Oh, that'd be confusing. There'd be two Harrys. You'll have to have a nickname.
Yeah, you're gonna have Harry and Harry.
I've only just thought of that. Harry comes and stays with us for a week. There's going to be two Harrys.
The other Harry.
The other Harry, who's a lovely chap. Wow.
Chloe went round to go and film. We had to mute it and put loads of music over it in the end.
Harry's brilliant.
'Cause Harry
and his stories are wonderful.
The whole way round.
But
He's a lovely
His
chap.
voice was in everything I recorded. And it was funny because when I was editing it back through about 2 or 3 weeks later, I put my headphones on and I'm listening and I just thought, I remember that conversation. I'm trying to edit these videos and there's these conversations going in the background. It was just good fun. Brilliant.
Yeah.
I love it. It's great. It is the best show of the year. Sorry if you've got another show that's good, but I love it.
Good evening, ladies. Mr. Nick Haynes.
Oh, Nick.
Hello. Hello, Mr. Bear.
Well, we were going to wrap up at 15:15.
I think we're just going to carry on.
I think we'll just carry on till you tell us to get off the air now.
Yeah.
Hello, Nick, and how are you?
Yeah, how are you?
I need to have a drink because my
Mr.
throat's going
Bear.
sore now.
And
How-
yes, we're doing Newbury.
Oh, Newbury's the week before.
The
isn't it?
Newbury's the week before, so we are
Yeah.
doing that one. I've already got it booked in.
Got us booked in.
Yeah, because he's asked me to do volunteering
Are you
again.
doing volunteer? Are we in that staff bit? Or
I don't
display?
know. I think he did say, "Did I want to be in display area again?" And I said, "Wherever you want to put me."
Oh, Faith's looking a bit dogged.
I know.
We'd have to do quite a bit of work on Faith, but we got a long time.
No, I haven't.
No, I know, because it go blink of an eye.
It will. Doing okay. Hoping to visit soon. Oh.
Yeah, we need some cheese and biscuits.
You need disco and cheese. For our listeners who don't know what disco and cheese is.
Disco and cheese. Something me and Nick started, but unfortunately Nick's not had the best of health, and we wish Nick hopefully things get better. But we
You had the music playing.
when Peggy was on one of her walks,
Jurassic Coast.
it was a beautiful
Yarp.
sunny day, and we sat there on this campsite, not loudly, like didn't disturb the neighbours, but we sat there on this campsite, vans close to each other, and we just had a table out, 2 chairs, and a little speaker that just Bluetooth speakers. It's not too loud, but you can enjoy it, and respect your neighbours. Hey both, how are you doing? and disco and cheese, and you sat there and you had a selection of cheese board. That would be ideal, would you have a selection of cheeses and crackers, and you get up and you slice yourself some cheese and crackers, and then you select a song. And
Does that have to be a cheesy song?
well, there was some cheese. We did bicker over some of it. Go on, what's he put?
Favourite memory.
No, he's put.
Oh no, can't do the Steam Fair. I'm in Slovenia at the 2CV World Meeting with my pickup. Better finish it.
Oh, that's gutting.
Oh, the first weekend in August.
First weekend in August. Oh well.
Oh,
Maybe you could join us for something else.
That's a shame.
Come and join me for the Rona Steam Rally, because I'll be on my
Yeah.
own. That'd be nice.
That's
I'll have to ping you the date for that. I don't
Yeah.
know when that is, but it's nowhere near as big. It's only a little
that's
show, but
July, Rona. Mad Dragon, evening sci-fi geek in the house.
hi, how you doing? Very nice to hear from you. Yeah. So where was I? You
Rona.
got images of 2CVs in my head now. Peggy never let me
To
have a
be
2CV.
fair, I've got a 2CV club coming.
Yeah, but 2CVs are the best. I need a proper go in a 2CV. I've sat in a 2CV.
Yeah, but they've got a brand new club coming. As in,
That's been a while. Yeah, I've lost my train of thought now.
that's not hard.
No. What was I doing? Totally lost my train of thought.
Disco and cheese.
Disco and cheese. Right, so disco and cheese. Yeah, you have your table. Anyway, you get your cheese board. You slice yourself some cheese. You get your crackers. You're on a plate, and you select a song. And you enjoy your cheese. And when you're finished, it's the next person's turn to select a song. So you all get back up again. Yes, you get back up
Brain's
again,
gone to cheese.
and you slice your cheese.
2CV
and so
is
on.
officially a Bond car.
It is officially a Bond car, agreed. And that's a rare model if you're into your Corgis and Matchbox and that. The TCV Bond model is hard to get. Pointless fact. But there is a downside to
Disco and
Disco and Cheese. It does include a lot of flatulence that evening. You do end up eating a lot of cheese. But there's no bad thing about eating a lot of cheese. You're out in the open. Flatulence is good.
Okay.
You're all right. You got away from it.
I did.
Well, we ate all that cheese, and then someone who was only one field away, so it's a bit like me walking from
I did
my
walk
place to
there.
Lidl.
I
No,
did
you
actually.
made me go and pick you up.
No, when you was there with Nick, I walked back.
Time before, you made me pick you up.
But I didn't know it was that close.
Yeah, Peggy rang me. I'm dying. I've done this walk. Come and get me.
I had one, but not given away many years ago. But got given away many years ago. Oh, Mad Dragon 2CV.
Oh, right, okay.
I had one, but got given away many years ago.
Gonna say it didn't make sense for a block of cheese.
No.
Yeah, 2CV. Yeah, it's harder to say what I haven't owned to what I've owned. I've never owned a 2CV.
It's very true.
Peggy won't let me. So it's Harry's job to convince Peggy that they're good cars.
Brian Connor, good evening. Watched because of the restoration videos. Watched a few more of your random vids, then subbed.
Oh, thank you
Thank
very
you.
much. Thank you. Well,
We do random ones too.
I asked earlier, but there's a whole different group of people watching now. Does anything stick out? Do you remember one particular scene or one particular place that we went, or one resto, anything that, because we've done 8 years that what's that? I had cheese on my jacket potato tonight. That's the best, isn't it?
Cheddar.
You thought we'd end up talking about cheese, but
But everybody likes cheese. Bit of red Leicester.
Red Leicester. That's all right on jacket.
Yeah.
And crumpets.
And crumpets.
I like Stilton.
Garlic and
myself.
herb.
Stilton's the best.
No.
Melted Stilton.
My best one I've had, and I've only got the cheese, managed to buy the cheese once, bonfire smoked.
We went to so speaking earlier of the Steam show, they did a wrap up for Christmas in January.
Yeah.
They did a wrap up for Christmas. They did a wrap up of the show. It was meant to be Christmas. It was January, wasn't it? Or,
No, it was in December.
was it? God, this month's gone quick. Well, we went there anyway, and they did a
Cheese board.
they did a 5-table spread of sandwiches and so on, and a cheese board at the end of it. And no one else. There was what? How many people there? 50 people?
About that, yeah.
About 50 people. And nobody liked Stilton. Bunch. There was a lot of Stilton. I ate as much as I could possibly eat. I sat there that evening.
Yeah.
It was so worth it. Stilton's really good for you.
Stilton melted in red wine and poured on a rare steak.
I'm a massive fan of red wine, but I can understand it. I get it. It works. Yeah.
Buying cheese from Cheddar and eating it on the way home.
For those who don't know,
Gareth.
years and years ago, I was one of the first people to pass my test out of my friends, so they all jumped in the car. And
You passed your test because of Connor.
And Gareth, we decided we were going to go and explore Cheddar. Being Cheddar, the home of cheese, Gareth bought
a block of cheese
a
that was meant.
bloody big block. I tell you,
It wasn't it garlic and herbs.
It was like that. It was a big block anyway. And Gareth said, when we get back home, that is, we'll cut that and we'll share it. Anyway, we left the car park and I was probably only a mile up the road and I could go
A bit further than that.
I was like,
Smoked.
You're making me hungry now. And I was going,
It smells cheese.
oh, bloody cheese in this car. Gareth couldn't resist. He'd opened it and in the back seat, he walloped back this whole flipping block on his own.
He did regret it after.
I bet he would. I mean,
It was lush.
I don't know how. You're the only person I knew who could eat that much cheese. I mean, Nick gave it a good go on disco and cheese because we did it over a whole day.
Yeah.
We sat there for hours. It didn't feel like hours, but we just sat there and we had the
You had
most
relaxing day.
I don't get relaxed days very often. I very rarely get a day off with the volunteering and the radio and and everything we do, just never get a day off. But that was a really nice day off. Just sat there, sun, disco and cheese. Nick's taste of music was very different to mine.
Gareth has put, yep, the flatulence was terrible. You hated me. It did, it ponged.
Good job I haven't got the best of memory. The worst things can be forgotten. Oh dear. Yeah, cheese does give you flatulence. I remember disco and cheese. I was like, oh. but it's good for you. Oh dear. Yeah. Well, I look forward to you finishing, Harry, your 2CV.
Yes.
I really would like a drive of that. I've only ever been a passenger further away, as in further travels, and I remember it rolling and so on, and I really enjoyed it, but I never driven one. I've only ever been a passenger in 2CV. And we did a steam show recently where you went off, because we always end up stewarding. You get stuck when you're stewarding, but Peggy was stewarding. She had to run off the other side of the field, and this 2CV came in, and I said, oh, I love these, and they said, jump in for a minute. So I jumped in and went across the field with them, but again, I was a passenger. I'd love to have a go in a 2CV, but I've never owned one.
Can I read this comment from Mad Dragon?
Yeah. Was
at Cheddar some years back. Me and my mate tested out the harmonics of the gorge. We stood at the top and hollered, Khan! Very loudly.
Khan?
Khan.
Oh, like Star Trek.
Star Trek. Khan!
That
must have been fantastic.
I've only ever been there twice. I went there with my nan, and she I must have been about 4 or 5 years old, and she still regales the story now of where this little child sort of held her hand and went, I'll look after you, you'll be all right. She loves that moment. That's one of her favourite moments. I don't remember it, but I was probably 4. And I went there with you and Gareth.
No, you've been there since.
Have I?
You, me, Connor, and we was looking after Missy the dog.
Oh, we didn't go in Cheddar Caves.
We went into the gorge. We did go in the caves.
No, we didn't.
Yes, we did, because we went into where they made all the cheese. Because we saw the cheese being stored.
Oh, I don't remember that.
We actually was allowed to take the dog in with us. And then I walked up to the top.
Andy, how did you get that name?
What shows are you doing this year?
How did you get...
Andy and Elijah. Oh, hello, Andy and Elijah.
How did you get
Skinner
that name?
is a skincident.
Yeah, how did you get a name YouTube account?
I don't know.
I thought that was one of them dodgy messages then, like suspended account, like that. Because I get that on Facebook all the time.
It says YouTube account. It says Andy and Elijah, so it's going to be Skinner.
I need to come back to your shop.
Yeah. Oh my God, even Connor still talks about your shop.
Connor still talks about your shop, yeah. And when I was there last, I bought, I'm not going to remember the name of it now. I bought a car plaque, and it was like, not Bulldog.
No, but it was...
Oh, the American bull.
Yeah.
It was the American bull. It was like the Society of Acting. That's what it came from. But anyway, there was a chap in Swindon who saw a picture of it when I put it on, and he was so over the moon because he's a member of that club. So I actually found a member of the club that the plaque was, and every year they do an auction. So he wanted the plaque for that club because they don't make them anymore. It's retro item, and he was going to auction it off to make money for charity. So then, what a beautiful thing, I enjoyed having it in the cabinet for a few months, and then he got it, so it's good. We're chuffed with that.
They have put haha, yeah, it's us.
Yeah, I watch your pictures with envy. When you went away, wow.
Oh gosh, yeah.
The places you went to, magical. I love when people. Thanks for sharing it with us, and love the cars. I'd love to come and have be a passenger in one of the old retro ones this year. Hair down. Well, I always wear my hat. You never see me without my hat. But,
so Mad Dragon also wrote nice cream tea in the cafe down along the river, and also said they keep cheese at Wookie Hole Caves, but they also keep them at Cheddar Caves as well. That's why it's named Cheddar.
Might have been Wookie Hole. I went with my nan.
I haven't been to Wookie Hole. I've only ever been to
Wookie Hole is a strange thing.
Come and do a video on them all if you want. You can drive a few. Oh, don't
Oh.
give her that. Please don't tell her that. To be fair, Connor wants to come back anyway, so yeah.
Connor would love that. We need to get Connor out and about, so Connor would
Yeah,
love that.
Connor would love that.
Thank you.
Are you doing
I'd have to learn that advance and retyping, or do you not touch that once it's? I don't know about pre-war cars. Once it's set up, do you leave that alone, or do you have to change it each time? I don't know.
Also, are you doing Castle Coombe and are you doing South Sunny? That'd be interesting as well.
They had the most beautiful. Was it a Morris van they had last time? That came on the stand.
That wasn't last year. I think that was the year before. But yes,
they're easy once it's up and running. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's always kind of not put me off, but I was always a bit scared, you know, to how it goes, you know, because anything from the 50s onwards is kind of standard modern car, isn't it? Really, but those ones there.
Castle Coombe, yes. Hopefully South Sunny too. Oh, brilliant.
Yeah, we need to come out your way. We need to come and visit the shop again, definitely.
Yes.
And
make sure it's a day that it's open.
And we
so
will arrange. That would be lovely.
They
to
are
arrange
hardy
a visit.
cars, can't do too much damage.
It's fair enough.
That sounds like a incident that's happened.
Oh,
sorry.
She's harsh, isn't she? No, I'm very honoured.
No,
thank you very much.
No, I'm joking.
And you haven't seen it yet, so I've purchased a new camera. Peggy's got a new camera as well. She got the Canon V10 Super Shot or something like that.
Something like that, isn't it? Yeah.
I've got
it's a vlogging one.
I've got the DJI Pocket, which has got the gimbal, the same as the the same as the DJI drone we've got.
Osmo,
that's the name. And and the idea is I've got all the accessories with it. I've got mounting things, I've got waterproof bits, I've got a whole lot you can get for it, because then it's easy for us to film the vehicles and in the vehicles. So it'd be really nice to put the camera behind us and have a go at driving it and so on. Much easier than dropping the phone out, you know.
And also, if you'd like to have some aerial footage of it as well, I'm sure Gareth would like a day out as well. Yeah,
Gareth's great with the drone. When Gareth did that drone footage of the rat van, that was really good.
Are you going to do the Nürburgring?
I haven't got a passport.
No, I haven't got a passport yet. To take Elsie around. I won't take Elsie on Nürburgring. She's my daily. I would never take her onto that.
Nürburgring.
Fab. Yeah, let's get some cars recorded, and I'm game. So Elijah and Skinner put Fab, and Gareth says he's game.
Oh, I'm glad we stayed on now. Thank you very much. That's really exciting. I'm really happy about that.
I know you put his Andy. It's just because you just said it's Skinner.
I mean, I'm as you know, I live and breathe cars from 1900 to 2001. I mean, I show a slight interest in stuff beyond that, but it's
Mad Dog's been on the Nürburgring.
Nürburgring's massive, isn't it? It's for very modern, very fast cars. It's
my car.
When I think Nürburgring, I think 911.
Virtually.
Oh. Oh dear. I've probably been on it virtually. Have I got that game in here?
Hang on.
No, it's in the workshop.
It's in the workshop. Is that the Mega Drive game?
Yeah, I think the Mega Drive game, the Art and Senna Formula One.
I have an Xbox 360 game.
Oh, that's a bit modern.
Yours is modern. We got the old Mega Drive.
I haven't got enough electric to play those sort of games. I have a couple of small mods, and we could put gas around the ring. Hey.
A couple of small mods, and we could put gas around the ring.
That's a bit more than a small mod.
Gas as in the moggy.
The slowest time you can go around the Nürburgring. 2007.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I would run out of battery on that ring.
Yeah, Gareth's the first person I know who's got an electric car. Do we know anyone else? No, Gareth. I think Gareth is the first person I know personally.
No, Chris.
Oh no, Chris from Chris.
I've been in Chris's as well. I've been in Chris's car.
Oh yeah, there's two Chris's. Chris from the Canal. He's got the ID3, so that's the first electric car I'd been in, and then the other Chris, who has the Jag.
Oh, Williamson,
Yeah, he told me
my old tutor.
he's got an electric car, but he's got a Tesla, so I took the mick out of it.
It has been the same type of sub that Nat's had for a year.
All right.
So from 2007. That's quite good.
Yeah, so the answer would be no. I don't think any of my cars are suitable for the Nürburgring.
Until it's auto transmission contact.
Do you have any
More plans for Bess.
Oh, I thought it said bees.
Bess.
Yeah.
We're in Bess.
Do you have any more plans for bees? Get out my van.
No, Bess.
Bess.
No, because I've upgraded our kitchen now, so that's fine. I've done the
It's a
kitchen.
good question. I like questions. Well done. Questions are good.
I
Any
would
more
have.
plans for Bess? Not this year. No.
I think if I could, I'd probably put in a one of those fans like it's got on the cookie jar. You can just open it up and it lets more air in.
That's a pop-up air vent. It's not a fan.
You can still get those as fans as well.
You can get the super duper extractor thing. That would be really nice to put in here. It'd be really nice to put one of those super duper electric extractors fans in, because it gets very hot in here in the summer months.
Gas, but it would be nice to get the sticker though, the Nürburgring. You can get the stickers anyway.
Just
Just go on
eBay.
YouTube. eBay, yeah. Now we have a 2002 Volkswagen Polo, which I can now drive as I pass my auto practical test in December.
Oh, well done. Congratulations.
Fantastic.
Driving changes your life.
It really does.
Yeah, driving changes your life. 2002 Polo was really good. Really good car. And you know, I have owned the Mark IV Golf. And at the time, I didn't really think a lot of it. But now, I've seen a couple around and I'm thinking, they're really sort of getting iconic now. They've grown on me a lot. Because I think cars now have got so big and bulbous and stuff. I think the older Golf looks small now and more cuter. Whereas at the time it was quite modern. Gasper, you like my Mark VI Golf? I did.
Yeah.
As long as it's got a handbrake. I can't be doing none of this business with no handbrake. I mean, what's all that about?
I remember.
I need a handbrake. Come on.
We call her the Purple People Eater. I actually remember that name.
The what?
Purple People Eater. One-eyed, one-horn. That one. One-eyed, one-horn. Flying Purple People Eater. It's a song. Have you never heard the song?
No, but that was funny. Do it again.
One-eyed, one-horn. Flying Purple People Eater.
Couldn't sing that out of a cider, could you? I had to get you to sing that out of steam when you've had a cider. I'm going to remember that.
No, just put the song on. That's it. I can actually picture the song. I can hear the song go now.
I can picture the song.
I can picture the song.
Listen, can you smell something?
It's called music videos.
Oh dear.
Yeah. Even an alcohol-free one. No, I don't have the alcohol-free ones.
I do. still get Mary after them. You get too many, you get sort of hoppy inside, don't you?
Hoppy.
What would you call it? You drink 3 of them alcohol-free ciders, you get all hoppy inside. You're like fermenting.
Fermented apples.
Yeah.
It's not hoppy.
Same thing. Oh dear.
Oh my god.
Oh, I'm quite excited now. Get to drive a vintage car and film it. That'd be lovely.
Yeah.
I can't add a link to the song without leaving the chat. That's all right.
Yeah, no, that's
I'll get
fine.
Peggy to look it up when we leave here.
But it
I'm
is
not
the
gonna
song,
forget
isn't
it.
it? It's the one-eyed, one-horn, flying purple people eater.
I like that. That's good. and keep hold of that car. That is. Don't upgrade, because people go, oh, I must upgrade. No. You've got the best era of reliability over practicality. Once you go a bit more forward, they get a bit silly and complicated. I mean, we mentioned our friend Chris. He's got an ID3. That's the electric car, which is basically a Golf with a battery. And he drove into his complex. He lives in a complex. Drove in, parked against the wall, and then the handbrake had a fault. And they had to come and bring in this special
Tow truck
that has a car
forklift.
That's the word. Car forklift, and then it drove round, and it had to lift the car up, then it had to edge around, then it had to get it on the track, because you can't move an electric car when you're not meant to move anyway, but the handbrake was stuck. And then they lost his car for 6 weeks, and it was only 3 years old. They couldn't get a part to fix a 3-year-old car. Stay away from modern stuff.
Go for the older.
Yeah, you'd be all right with a 2002 Polo. Well, Skinny and Eliza, they drive.
Elijah.
I can't speak tonight. They drive around in vintage stuff. They've been all over France and further afield in those amazing cars. They're 80, 90 years old, not the two lads, the car. You know what I mean?
Oh dear. Chloe, I messaged you a link to Tasty Classics. Oh, thank you.
Yeah, cheers. I'll look up that because he's done a Rascal van. I'll look up that. I need some inspiration. I need to get that damn thing out of the workshop first.
We feel 90. Put your teeth in and try again if you can't speak.
I'm gonna have a swig of my drink.
Oh my god.
I can never speak on the best of days.
Yeah, that's why we nicknamed them the Hubbugs.
Gareth, here you're on here. What's the best hubbug? So a hubbug was something our collective, our group of friends, and you're our group of friends now, our hub, when I couldn't ever get my words out. I'm a lot better than I used to be. Obviously I've got to do it now with all the canal speeches and talks I got to do, but there was times I couldn't get the words out and all the wrong words would come out, and we called it the hubbug.
P.S. driving the 1920 Austin 20 HB to Spain.
Better.
I know.
To Spain this August.
To Spain this August.
August. God damn, you better take some spare water with you.
When are you going in August?
That's flipping out. That's gonna be hot.
Yeah.
They reckon it's gonna be really hot this year.
I'm in China this year in August.
Yeah. God, yeah. You're gonna wear one of those sort of fancy 20s hats like they do.
Now I'm thinking Ronnie Barker.
Yeah.
Start of August. Oh.
I can't do a Ronnie Barker impression, but I know
I'm
exactly
going to China
what you
at the
mean.
end of August.
Yeah, start of August. Wow. Yeah, Peggy's going to China.
So Gareth has put. Oh, where do I start?
Yeah. Where do you start? So the hub.
We're in China. That sounds. I'm actually walking. Going to Beijing to begin with. And then I am walking 6 sections over 5 days of the Great Wall in aid of the Dogs Trust. So, but I'm going over altogether for 9 days, and I'm going to go to the Forbidden.
I wasn't laughing at everything.
Yeah, I know. And I'm going to the Forbidden
City.
Forbidden City. I'm also going there.
Forbidden Palace. You're going in the wrong place.
Whatever it is. Anyway, but that's I'm going there, and the famous square where they got there as well. So I'm going to do that. So I'm not quite sure what the sections are called, where their places are. I'm going with a big company that does a lot of the walks there and the treks, but some of it is not touristy, and some of it you can't actually walk on the wall itself. We walk next to the wall. The local society of piss pronunciations.
I love that.
Can't say your worms properly.
Can't say your worms properly.
What is the date for Newbury? So the
date for Newbury is the week before Gloucester Steam Rally. So it's the very end
the 26th and 27th of
it's the last weekend of July. So if you go on the calendar, it's
Forbidden Palace, that's it, yeah.
Last weekend of July.
That's incredible. Are you vlogging? Yes, I will be vlogging it.
Until she's arrested. They got some really strange laws.
They have got some strange laws there. But yeah, I will be vlogging it as well. That's why I bought myself a new vlogging camera. Forbidden Palace, isn't that the takeaway down the high street? No, ours is called Hong Zing.
Yeah, that's Hong Zing. That's a weird one, isn't it?
Which we're going to at the end of this
Gorsil
month.
Chippy.
No, we're going to Hong Zing at the end of this month.
Hong Zing. Oh yeah, we are. Yeah. Gorsil Chippy. Ours is called.
Yeah, it's called Gorsil Chip Shop. But yeah, no, I'm going over.
Oh, very nice to see you all.
Oh, you are chicken curry fried rice and chips.
They're a lovely family.
They are actually.
Yeah, they've been here a long time now. Oh dear, you lot are funny.
But no, I am looking forward to going to China, and that's why I'm doing all my training walks now. I already did one 3 weeks ago, walked a marathon in London, My next one, I've got a 10k in March. Do it just
It's
round.
dragging me for that.
I am, because that's why I'm doing 10k, to get you to come with me. To go and do
Take
the
my
Bath.
DJI pocket thing.
We're doing Bath. Bath 10k, so it's like the skyline. Then in July, I've got a 50k along the Ridgeway. Then in August, I've got the actual China walk itself. And then at the end of October, I'm then going back to London and do the Halloween walk as well. But it's all in aid of the Dogs Trust.
How do you pronounce that?
Christopher CKT Rainey CKT says hi, guys. So
Hi.
Oh,
right,
lovely.
okay. That
Hello,
Christopher.
Chris. How are you?
Big thumbs up,
Thank
mate.
you.
Thank you.
For the good luck on the walks, I will have my. I have put the link in a couple of times in the chat. I'll put it in again. So if anybody does want to donate, they can do.
It's not compulsory, but
No.
donate. Peggy's got a big target to reach by May. We all need to pull together to do it.
So I'll put it in now.
Put it in again. How you doing, Chris? You all right?
How's your mum and dad?
I think you've had more sunshine up there than we have. Well, his mum and dad put a beautiful picture of themselves on for Valentine's Day. It was really nice.
Oh.
Yeah. What questions we got? Right, so Gareth, you put funny. So Chris has just joined.
We do a walk for wards at Upton Country Park near Poole. Oh, I haven't done Poole itself, but I've done the Jurassic Coast round Corfe Castle. So I've started off at Corfe, went along and around to down to Swanage and back round. That was 25k.
Poole's lovely.
But Poole is lovely. We have been to Poole, but
yeah,
not
we
for...
did. We went to a bit in
Oh,
Poole.
it was lovely. We stood
where
there, and this...
The two bits of water, you probably know what one about. No one else does. The two bits of water merge from different directions. So they come in at a certain time, and then the note changes, and you see the water go a different way. If you've been there, you'll know what I mean. But it's it's on a certain corner.
Mad Dogs, but Nat does the walks while me and a few others are cosplaying. That's fair enough.
I do disco and cheese myself.
Disco and cheese. Chris has put 2 months before I start driving. Dad said I can't drive camper yet. Thought he said it's his. It's his.
Okay. 2 months before I start driving, Dad said.
Yeah.
The camper will be
A lot different.
eclectic.
Yeah.
Eclectic. It
AJ
will be
and
a
Steve.
certain style of driving. You will love driving,
Yeah.
but get something reasonably easy to drive and modern. Earlier on we were talking about Paul here, who's got a 2002 Polo, something like that. Dead simple to drive, dead easy to enjoy. Driving the Bedford will be an experience. You'll love it. You wouldn't want to drive it every day. No, it's the same as me driving Faith. I love driving Faith when she behaves herself. She could be a pain, and some days she can be great. But driving older stuff, it's different. You love it, but you got to be ready for it.
Hello, Stephen Veach.
Ah, hey Steve. We got the whole clan coming tonight.
I know.
We were going to pack up an hour ago. We're really happy you lot are with us.
So, Wheelie's World put I should walk or climb Elephant Mountain in Taiwan. They've done it years ago, but it's too hot too.
Yeah, they got some beautiful pictures of when they went there on holiday and that.
Mad Dragons put AJ and Steve live closer to Poole than we do. I know they told us off when we went to Corfe Castle that we didn't let them know.
We didn't get a chance. We were just there briefly.
We were
didn't get
there
a chance.
briefly.
We were just down for a quick Airbnb because we can't live here all the time. We gotta move about. So
Nick's put, are you thinking of Mudford? Mudford, Mudeford.
I don't remember where we were. I just remember being there. But you may well be right. It's where the water joins. The sea and the pub harbour sort of come into two different areas. I remember walking down and then we turned and went another way, but the water came in and you could see it was two different colours. It's very interesting.
So Stephen Beach, hello. You two looking good. The China walk should be good. I've walked some of the China walk. Was great, but they do have some wired laws.
Oh. Maybe you can meet up with Peggy before,
Yeah, we'll meet up and have a chat.
Meet up, have a chat, and give Peggy some guidance. She needs all the guidance she can get, and the China Wall.
Two rivers are at Christchurch. The Stour and the Avon come together. I was going to say, I didn't think it was rivers. It was the sea coming in at Poole Harbour itself. And literally, the tide, instead of coming in, then started going out.
Might be that.
It was the change.
It was the change.
Because it was silent. It was really quiet, and then suddenly
It was a certain time and it was changed. I just remember I remember being there. It's not bad for me. I've got crap memory, but I remember that about the change in the water.
It was. I just remember the noise. Gareth, I think Gareth was with us.
And a flipping lot of boats.
Was Gareth with us, or was that David? We definitely had someone with us.
David.
Might have been David. It might have been when we dropped Connor off then at Chichester, and we drove along.
Chichester, and then we went there.
Yeah.
Yeah, Gas, but not me.
Yeah, so it must have been David
I think
then.
it was David. Yeah, because we did.
I knew it was one.
We did a lot of the south coast with David.
Yeah.
And ourselves.
Well, yeah.
Because we went to that Hailing Island.
We went to Hailing Island, yeah.
And do you remember the birds? We went to this one bit on Hailing Island.
We actually did wild camping.
We did wild camping.
In Faith.
And we woke up in the morning and thought,
what's all that noise?
So we walked along, and I've never seen so many birds. It was ear piercing. And then you went a mile up the road.
Not allowed to go there anymore. That's where we stayed.
Not wild camping. You can still walk there.
Yeah, we can still walk there because you can go along the old Billy Trail, which is what it's called, isn't it? The old railway line. The old Billy Trail.
Never heard so many birds.
No, it was really, really loud.
That place.
The harbour starts at Sandbanks, then various rivers branch. The Piddle comes through the Wareham near to Corfe.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lovely area. It's a lovely area. Absolutely lovely. I'm going to go back to the hubbugs now. So
yes, come on, Gareth. We want hubbugs.
The hubbugs are when I used to get all my words wrong. I don't know why I say use. I'm better than I was.
You are a lot better.
I'm better than I was. It's just when things would come out. My mum's terrible at it. She's still terrible at it. I mean, my mum was so bad. When you've
been with your mum, you do come back worse.
Yeah, I don't know why she has that influence. I mean, my mum saw a helicopter once. That's the most memorable one. And she went, "Oh, look, an elephant!" And I'm like, "What?" It's a helicopter. But yeah. Do you remember what the most memorable one I said to you is Peggy said she had a puddle in her footwell. And I went, "Oh, yeah, you've got damp in your wet." That's a hubbug. What we got here? Be nice to meet.
Be nice, bloody phone and autocorrect was meant to be weird, not wired. So weird laws, not wired laws.
I think both work.
Yeah.
Both work, yeah. And phones are annoying.
Gareth put, on a whim, I can't think of any. Okay, how about...
Don't be on a whim.
You got a damp in your...
Yeah, you got damp in your wet.
In your wet.
You got damp in your wet when Peggy had
brick in a breeze block.
Oh. I was trying to tell someone
about putting a brick in your toilet system.
When saving water was a real big thing in the press and everyone was trying to save water and we were having those hot
stand in a straight line.
And I turned around and said, I was meant to say you could put a brick in the toilet system. Nowadays you got the 2 buttons and a slimline toilet system, but in the old days they used to just fill up and you'd waste bloody 12 litres every time you flushed. But if you put a brick in there, then it didn't fill up with as much water. And I turned around and said, you can put a brick in your breeze block. That saves loads of water. Didn't mean that. I meant system. They all laughed at me.
Of course.
Yeah, they all laughed. Brick in a breeze block. That became a saying afterwards.
A welly popper, no a jelly stopper, no a belly knocker.
I got a belly knocker.
Yeah, similar thing like that, yeah.
Oh dear. Yeah.
The best one is that sometimes Chloe will call Jack Gareth.
That happens more than you know. Gareth, get out of your mouth. Gareth, get down. Gareth, are you crapping in the yard again? I don't know why.
Honestly, she does. And I go, don't you mean Jack? First I've heard of this.
That's always called Gareth more than he is Jack.
And Jack ignores her until she actually says Jack. It is funny.
I don't know why.
Sorry, Gareth.
I don't know why. I did say to Peggy, it's got that bad that the next dog we have would have to be called Gareth.
No, it won't.
poor he's nodded off now, but poor Jack took half more than Jack.
Has been the past year.
Oh dear. He's proper asleep now.
Yeah, he's out of it.
He's out of it.
We took him for 4 miles earlier, and he's
Zonked.
now zonked.
Yeah, he enjoyed it.
He did enjoy it. Got a little bit wet, but he did wear his coat. Got him a new
Yeah, he
coat.
had a coat on. He wasn't too bad. It wasn't raining. It was
Yeah,
not miserable, but
it was. Yeah, it wasn't tipping it down, was it? It was just that.
it wasn't weather to stand under a tree, but it was.
It wasn't
damp.
fine weather. It was that fine rain, wasn't it? It was. It wasn't that one. It really got into your skin either. It got you soaked quickly. It was just rain.
We have a guy at work. They used to call a fellow.
A fellow who recently retired, Colin. His name's John.
So, my friend,
Nick.
yeah, my mechanic who I mentioned earlier is called Mick. Now, my other friend who has
Dave.
Mini Hub said, I'll introduce you to my mechanic. He's done work for me for years. I said, all right. And he was going to introduce me because he needed a lift to go and pick up the Mini. So I gave him a lift to pick up the Mini, and he went, oh yeah, this is my mechanic, Dave. And Dave's done work for me for years. So the guy never said anything. He just sort of thanked him, said a bit about his head gasket, and he'll have to come back after a little while to have it retightened and what have you.
How did I find out his name was Mick?
No, he told me.
Oh,
So anyway, I went, all right, Dave, see you later. Off we went. I dropped mate, I followed matey back, made sure he got home all right, and then I went off. So I went to see this guy about 3-4 weeks later to book some of ours in. And I said, all right, Dave, nice to see you. And he never said nothing. He just took the book in, got a car in. And it was only about when I went to pick the car up afterwards, he went, my name's Mick. And I went, I was introduced to you as Dave. He goes, he's called me Dave for years. He said, I thought it was a Falls and Horses joke. But it turns out it's because I went to a sale one day and I'm a short person, so I needed some short overalls. And I bought some second-hand overalls and they got Dave written on them. And he's called me Dave ever since. But my name's Mick.
Steve, I've got 3 dogs now.
Oh, what did you get the third one?
Yeah, what did you get?
That's a lot of barking.
Yeah, Trigger.
Yeah, I know. He thought
Trigger
it was from
calls
that,
Dave,
but
doesn't
it's
he?
not. It's because his overalls say Dave on it, but his name's Mick. He's a lovely bloke. Still do. He's got the. We've bought an escort van, and he's got that at the minute. But I'll show that. I'll put that on the channel soon and let you guys see it. It's ever so tidy, which I don't normally do. I normally buy rough-looking vehicles, but this is a really tidy looking. It's a really tidy vehicle. Actually quite pleased with it. Well, apart from it's broke, but hey.
Come on, Steve, want to know what you got?
Gas put what? What to what?
No, I want to know, Steve. I want to know what Steve's got, what his third dog is. Because we met 2 of them, so he's got a third one.
Yeah. Any other questions? Any other subjects?
Yes, a rescue was going to be put to sleep, so I rescued her. An XL called Bonnie. Oh,
they were going to be banned, weren't they? And
Yeah,
everyone protested.
they've got to have
You've got to have a license.
license,
to
yeah.
have a Bonnie.
But then
you have a license to have a Bonnie. You've got to have a license to have
an XL.
Yeah.
But if that one was just going to be put down because of the breed, and they've deemed her safe, then you'd get the license, no problem.
It's so unfair.
It is really unfair,
unfair
because there's a lot out there that are so well behaved.
It's not a bad dog, it's a bad owner.
Yeah.
That's where these dogs,
It is.
They buy them for this status, Well,
Yeah.
we won't go into all that.
No,
you
we
know
won't.
it, but
Yeah.
it's such a shame.
Oh, what colour's
Well
Bonnie?
done to you.
Because you can get some really nice colours.
You're asking a lot of questions now. You have to just go there and see the dog.
I know.
And then
She's only 7 months old.
oh,
Oh. Yeah, they've got to have muzzles as well. I'm sure that's part of it.
I've seen quite a lot
Brown.
of dogs around with muzzles now. It must be a thing.
Brown. She's brown. Oh, I have to come and say hello.
Peggy, come and say hello, and then you can tell Peggy tips about China. Wired and weird.
Wired and weird, yeah.
I think they're both Chinese. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's 7 months old. God, she must be a handful at 7 months old.
He was.
I don't know, we had him 11.
Yeah, he was a scatty dog, wasn't he?
Mm.
He was a scatty dog when we got him.
Yep, it
He's
was.
a good dog now. He's acting as a
He's acting as the draft,
draft excluder.
excluder.
That's it. I couldn't think of the word, but draft excluder.
Wheelie's World. I loved watching your life story about how you came out and transitioned. Very educational too. Well done for talking about it.
Thank you very much. I found that a very difficult video to do because if you've probably seen it, but
Sona.
there's a person out there called Sona Avadian, and Sona was not an idol, inspirational.
Yeah.
Sona was very inspirational to me, and Sona did the most amazing. It's still on there. Got hair on my eyeglasses in it. But Sona was really inspirational to me. But Sona's video was so emotional and such a journey, and I didn't feel that I could ever do that justice with my journey, so I didn't know what to put. But
So
I did it. I put it together. Hopefully, it was all right.
Chris has put, "Hi guys, here with Dad now." He said, "Still got the CF fan. Mum and Dad watching now. Said, lovely to see yous. Dad said, proud to call you friends."
Oh,
Mwah!
we're very honoured. Thank you. Are we on a TV? Ignore all the mess. Ignore all the mess.
Steve's put, "She's exempt from the muzzle as she's a support dog for me, and the police have agreed to it."
Oh,
that's
wonderful.
fantastic news.
Yeah, wonderful.
You'll love her when you meet her. I bet I would.
Yeah. Well, but as you know, last year I cut all my hair off. I was completely bald for the Dog's Trust. And this year Peggy's doing China and all of her consecutive walks for the Dog's Trust. So, you know, we're massive dog fans and massive fans of, you know, supporting the dogs and rescuing. So well done, Steve.
Yeah, you are okay there on TV.
We don't own a TV, so I've only got the phone. So I watch most things where I'm sat now. You're in a cradle there, and I watch most things on a phone. All the my best thing lately is Find It, Fix It, Flog It. I love that program.
Have started watching season 2 of The Rig as well.
So we've done Rig now.
So we've watched like the first 3 episodes.
We don't watch a lot of TV, but I absolutely love Find It, Fix It, Flog It. But I'll tell you another quick story in a minute. But we only watch things on a little thing. So when I see people and they say, "I watched you on a 58-inch TV," I'm like, but hopefully you enjoy the adventures we do on the big telly.
The Rig, I love that show. Yeah. So Mad Dog's put, "Every staffer I've ever met have been lovely, although people still think that thugs get them to look tough. I know better, and I agree. Your journey took guts. You're a legend."
Well done. Yeah, well done. Applause there.
So that's for you.
Oh, for me. I thought you meant for Steve. All right, thank you very much.
As in your journey.
Oh, my journey, yeah.
Have watched The Rig 2. Very interesting series. The ending is epic. Don't tell us we haven't watched the ending of series 2 yet. I just did what needed doing. Yeah.
People do. They just do what needs doing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. But thank you anyway.
Well, Connor did one, didn't he? Video as well.
Did he?
Yeah.
That must have been a while back.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was going to say something. What was I going to say?
I don't know. That was a bit of a bang.
A bit of a bang out there, wasn't it? Like a tree fell over. Woke the dog up.
I did wake the dog up.
Woke the dog up. That was a big bang. Yeah, come here then. Come here. I woke you up, didn't it? It was a big bang, wasn't it? Woke you up.
Come on.
Do you want to go out? Hang on, I'll be back in a minute.
Okay. Let's see.
Hey, where's Susie? Oh!
It may have sold Susie too. We'll find out next month. Oh.
Dog's gone out to do security.
Yeah, do security now, so you're going to hear him barking in the background.
If you saw Susie, hopefully it's going to a good home.
I've seen Connor's video.
Oh,
Because yeah, I know he done one.
I'll have to watch it again. There was something I was going to say. It's gone out of my head now.
Can't have been a point.
Why, it was something related to what we were talking about, but I can't remember what it was now.
Well, thank you for sending me photos. I'll have to have a look in a moment because obviously I've got the chat up on my
Peggy's
phone.
doing the chat. I can see bits of it up there, but my eyesight's not the best. It's tiny on there. Like we're saying, we're watching it on a phone, so it's done really well. We're down to 7% on the battery pack, so
Yeah.
it's done really
off
well. Before we'd only do an hour, and you've kept us, I mean, in a polite way.
We've done just over
guys have been
2 hours 35 now.
You guys have been amazing. 2 hours 35. It's been absolutely lovely having a chat with you all.
Yeah, I'll have a look at Bonnie in a minute.
So watching us on this massive telly, have you got questions you can ask?
Yeah.
Come on, Chris, type for your parents. What questions they got? You can ask anything. I might not answer, but you can ask anything. Still think you should sell up and get a narrowboat though. It's amazing. Like we've considered it, and I don't know. I'm on the fence. So in the end, I'm a land lover as much as a water lover. I do think it's amazing, hence the amount I mean, I give 20 hours of my life every week to the Canal Trust.
At least.
So, you know, I'm pushing as hard as I can to get the Wilson Barks Canal Trust built, and I'm doing supportive work for the others. So the Lichfield Canal, I'm now in contact with them, and we've been working with them. Obviously, not directly, but our trust does work with the Cotswold Canal and so on. So, you know, we've been CS. Hello, Colin. Welcome aboard.
How was your breakfast this morning? Didn't have it.
No, we never got our breakfast this morning.
Because instead I dragged somebody out for a 4-mile walk.
Peggy dropped me out for a 4-mile walk, but I did get to see your work at the canal, and it's amazing. I think the trial area looks, I'm going off subject now, but the trial area looks fantastic, Colin. Well done. And that graffiti is not scrubbed off that sign yet, but you've been busy, I know. And the turning point, the Bevans Bridge bit looks really good. Jack's going mad.
Whatever that bang was.
Whatever that bang is, he's found something.
Any plans for the Thames and Severn now in Gloucester?
Well, they're building it. They're building it massively, rapidly, aren't they? They are, you know, they're the last I heard, they're doing the compulsory purchase for the missing mile.
Jenny wrote bad times for trans people in the US now. I agree with that.
Oh, don't you just feel for them? Oh, it's so terrible. My son Connor has a friend. He has an online community. It's a modern thing for that generation.
They did actually come over to the UK.
We're chatting now online.
But they came over to the UK. They stayed in London, and Connor went to London and met up with them and
it's not that family.
Stayed with them for a couple of days.
It's not that family.
I thought it was.
No, that is. He has a friend over there, and they're worried sick. Their treatments stopped. Their medications stopped. It's a real scary time, and I saw a great meme earlier on Facebook, and it said it was something like they should stop playing around with the time zones, because you know, it said one group is 1 hour behind us, one group is ahead, and America's just gone back to the 1930s. And it did make me chuckle, but I know it's not. It's, you know.
Steve wrote, the canal is nice, but don't think Capital will play ball with the canal plans.
Join the march tomorrow. 11 o'clock tomorrow, Harcourt Road. We're going to get as many of us there as we can. I'm hoping it'll stay peaceful, because I've seen one name that I'm a bit worried about on the tickets. But we aim to have a very peaceful march and a photo opportunity with the advert. Let's just keep up the noise. You know, we've got to protect the North Wilts Canal. And we were saying about living on a boat. I'm a bit of a land lover. Ideally, I would, and me and Peggy's discussed this, I would like to buy a small piece of land where I can keep all my crap and
vehicles
and my eclectic mix of junk, and
and have a small campsite or quirky Airbnb where people can come. That will give us a retirement income, and also our friends and yourselves, you know, all our friends, you can take turns, come and stay, and we all get together. And if Nick's still watching, more disco and cheese and stuff like that. ABBA is banned.
Yes.
Don't do ABBA. So it stops me buying a narrowboat. But it doesn't stop me buying a narrowboat, because if we get more of the Wilson Barks Canal boat,
Canal.
there's the hubbug, I'll buy a lovely little 30-footer
To go on a
to put on and Swindon and go up.
50 acres.
50 acres? Bloody hell, Colin, what have you been watching? My friend John, he sits and watches, oh God, what's it called? You guys probably know before me. He's got one of these dongle things that goes in the back of his telly, fire stick thing, and he watches,
which is hacked or broken or jailbroke or whatever you want to call it.
Arrested putting it on there.
I don't care.
Don't tell Peggy your secrets.
But he watches a lot of
Anyway,
TV.
the reason why I say it is he watches this guy, and he's an American guy who goes to Canada a lot, and is it Homestead Rescue? That's popped into my brain. I've watched a few with him. The guy's crazy, and he and they always buy, like, I've got 200 acres here, you know, I go pissing on my borders, you know, but 50 acres in the UK, I'd have to be a lord, a lady.
Lady, don't you know?
Think of my lady name. 50 acres. What's he put? You got a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
If I had 50 acres, I'd have a hell of a lot of stuff.
She would. Don't give her that much space, please.
Oh God, you're funny. I was thinking like small plot. I do have a lot of stuff. I like signs and stuff. I like you know, when you watch Find It, Fix It, Flog It, and he's doing the jerry cans, and then they do the signs, and like Drew Pritchard does all the circus bits and bobs. I love all that stuff. It's got to be preserved, isn't it? I recently read, thanks to my other friend called John, there's a lot of parents out there with no imagination. There's a lot of Johns and Chris, and I mean that politely, Chris. Your mum and dad could have called you anything.
Harry's.
There's a lot of Harrys. You've all got the same names. We're only messing with you. There's bloody hundreds of Chloes out there. There's not very many Peggies.
No.
Not anymore. Philosopher Fred. I read the autobiography the other day of Henry Cole. And Henry Cole wrote that we are just custodians of this stuff, and we should save it and preserve it. And I agree with that.
Mm.
Not to the extent of 50 acres.
No. Not to that extent at all.
50 acres. There are 17 people on
Now
there
watching. Yeah.
So that's 16 of you, because one of them's Peggy's device.
One's me.
So if you're watching this right now, if you're watching it on the catch up, well done if you've ever got this far. I mean, that's amazing. I thought we'd do an hour. If you're watching this now, just put a thumb up in the comment section so we can give you a shout out. And if you got a question, that'd even be better. I got a cramp in my foot. Oh.
Known as a hoarder.
I'll probably get shouted for this, but I'm related to a hoarder. I'm not a hoarder, I'm related to a hoarder.
Yeah.
So we got shout out to Gareth, private aerial photography.
Yeah. Can you see what he's put on there?
Mad Dragon. Yeah,
that's your
so when I phone Gareth, his phone goes, Clary calling, smiling power poo, and then he's got something else after it as well, isn't it? Go.
So you got Mad Dragon, Wheelie's World.
Where are you moored now at the moment? And how do you... So Wheelie's World, where are you both moored?
Jenny's been here since the beginning, yes you have.
Where are you moored at the moment, and how do you find signal? Is it in and out? Because I know when people cruise up and down the K&A, they're in and out of signal. Sometimes when they want to work from home, they have to go somewhere else to get signal. Because you're in the Midlands, aren't you? You're that side of the Midlands. Aren't you on your mooring at the minute? I think. I need to watch more of your videos and catch up, but I haven't had time with all the stuff we've been doing. So you can give me a virtual slap. Because it's probably in the video, the answer.
Morden Hill Morton at the Mo, then on to Braunston Marina tomorrow.
Braunston, we know. We did Braunston. And the aqueduct's up that way as well, isn't it? The shortest one and the longest one. We went and visited them both.
Yeah.
I know.
So you're going to
Braunston.
be Wootton Wowen. That's
Yeah.
the shortest one. I can't remember what the longest one is.
And well done to Jenny for being here since the beginning.
Yeah.
That's an amazing feat. I mean, 2 hours 44.
We'll be in a new mooring in Leighton Buzzard next month. Steve's,
right, okay.
Steve's put my cat. So my family has a castle in Scotland. That what's a fishery place in the name Veach. So technically, I have a castle, as I'm only one left on my side of the family.
I remember you telling me that years and years and years
so
ago.
I think I remember that when you were saying about it.
I said that
castle.
one day we'd get in a truck or a van and go up there and see it, but it's never happened. But you know, it'd be good to see a photo of it one day.
Engine trouble. Getting Braunston Marina to check it out, so we can do the Thames Ring end of April.
That would be beautiful. You have to, don't you have to pay daily or weekly or something? You have to have a separate license to go onto
the
a
Thames,
river.
yeah.
You have to have a Thames license because the canal license doesn't cover it. You have to have a Thames license.
And Jenny's put, I want to visit Holly the cafe boat.
Oh, where's that?
I've seen Holly the cafe boat. Where have I seen Holly the cafe boat?
We've been to the cafe boat in Bradford-on-Avon.
Yeah, you need a weekly license for the Thames.
Yeah, I thought so, yeah. See, I did study
Would be
the
good
canal.
to see it, yes. Our coat of arms is 3 cows.
Oh, I could picture that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
3 cows.
yeah.
So the 3 lions on your shirt, you've got 3 cows on your
3
shirt.
cows.
That's quite good.
That's sturdy, isn't it?
Yeah.
Cows are reliable. Yeah, oh, I like that. That's cool. I've never seen your coat of arms. You have to get a hoodie made up with your coat of arms on it. That'd be cool, wouldn't it? But you'd have to change it to 3 dogs now, wouldn't you? Modernise it.
Oh dear.
What else isn't there?
That's right, I just read everything.
Ah,
Yeah.
yeah. No,
So
we
we-
like seeing all these things.
Just thinking, saying about the Thames Ring, that's why we're trying to hook up to link the Wilson Berks Canal and also do the North Swindon branch to connect back up to the Thames and Severn.
That's why we're
Because-
there tomorrow morning. That's why we're saying
it would
we've
make
gotta-
another ring.
we've got to protect. So there's 2 cruising rings with the
Yeah.
Wilson Berks. We're talking years off, but every bit we build is quicker, isn't it? So it'll be from that will join the main Wilson Berks up through the town centre, Malden Hill, Cricklade up to String. That'd be round, and then you go.
Do you follow many boat channels now? Not really.
No, not really. Because we met a few, didn't we?
So we met
the 2 lovely girls. What were they called?
Narrowboat Experience.
Now about experience.
Kath and Anna.
Kath and Anna, they're lovely. Kath and Anna, they sold up. I know it sounds really wrong, but it's thanks to Kath and Anna that we got a composting loo.
Yeah.
Because they were just quite happy to talk us through the composting loo. And at the time we lived in Faith, and we had a chemical loo, and they talked us through the simplicity of a composting loo.
They had one.
And they had one, and we copied their design and so on, and we've had a composting loo in Faith ever since. And
Best
thing
The best thing.
that's the best thing we've ever done. It's just I begrudge now when I go to other places and I've got to flush 12 litres away. It just feels so wasteful after a composting loo. It honestly does. But hey-ho.
So Wheelies has put, would love to do the K&A too. It's an essential link to the Thames.
Do it.
And Steve's put, so the march tomorrow.
Peggy's walked the whole K&A. I've
have.
seen most of it.
No, you haven't.
Well, there's bits in between. But
So
I appreciate the K&A. It's lovely.
So the march tomorrow is starting at Harcourt Road at 11 o'clock, and we're going to walk to under the Shepherd Street underpass and end there, and then just literally turn around and come back.
It isn't far, but it
No.
is. It's
But there's going to
takes
be
a while to walk, but we're going to talk through the things.
yeah, there's going to be a few people from WBCT there. It's going to be on hand to answer any questions, and also there may be a inflatable kayak as well going that they're going to put as a sort of like for the photo opportunity.
It's a gimmick, but
Yeah.
it's representation of
And yes, bring Bonnie.
water. Yeah, by all means, yeah.
Yeah.
11 o'clock tomorrow. Be there a little bit before that. It's set off at 11, but
Yes.
yeah, the advert's going to be there. We need as many people as we can in a group to do a photo.
Wheelies, if the Wilson Bucks ever gets finished, then could more up outside the Hall and Woodhouse log.
Exactly that.
Yeah.
Exactly that. Yeah, Hall and Woodhouse.
Exactly.
Yeah, we're there today, Hall and Woodhouse.
We were indeed.
Living expensive. In
Started
there.
and finished a walk there.
Hopefully, you can moor up in East Widshaw and go to the Witchell Inn, which is a damn sight cheaper.
Yeah, that one is a bit cheaper.
Yeah, go to Witchell Inn. There's moorings at the just up from the Witchell Inn.
Yeah, it's not a far walk from it at all.
We've already started putting the moorings in. There isn't any services yet. We've got to start planning where the services are going to be and how that's going to be. But it's complicated because when they restored the K&A, they were restoring it, opening it up, but we're rebuilding lots of sections of it.
Mhm.
So it takes time. So we have to put the services in near the opening time. But moorings we do our planning, and there's moorings at East Widshaw.
Yeah.
And it was full today. It's the fullest
Oh my
I've
God,
ever
yeah.
seen it.
Because I was asked, had they fixed all the leaks?
Well, I'd say so.
And I looked at it and I went,
brilliant, wasn't it?
well, they still got the bungs in because there was still a couple that they're still questionable. And we was walking along and I went,
That's the
looking how full this is.
fullest I've ever seen it.
Yeah.
Amazing work.
Look how full it is. It looks like it might be done.
I've talked more about canals than I have cars today. This is mad. I'm going crazy. I should get back to cars.
Cars.
So what do you drive? What I know most of you, but you should put down what you've watched. Let's turn on your head. What's your daily drive, and what's your most favourite vehicle you've ever had? So what's your daily drive? And what's the most vehicle?
So my daily drive is a 2001 BMW Mini, first generation, named Elsie.
Previous owners watching.
Previous owners
Be
watching.
nice. She looked after it.
I have. And I'd like to, I think my favourite one I've had, I have to say it's Hub, Mini Hub.
Oh yeah.
He went like shovel.
He was quick.
He was very quick.
Scary car.
Yeah, very. But
Yeah.
I did sort of chase people in him and caught up, and they were quite surprised that Mini stayed with them.
Nissan Note's a really practical car.
So let's have a look. So we've got, how's the breach now by the aqueduct on the
Sorted,
Yeah.
hopefully. Water levels look good.
today?
The work they've done was good. It wasn't a permanent. There's future work to do to the face of the aqueduct, and the work party organisers told me it's a bit, the ray is putting debris in that and it's a bit blocked again, but that we're not responsible for the ray. But hey ho, the work was done. It's fixed.
So let's go. Wheelies has put, loved our Elsie. She's a very good car.
She's just hit 142,000 miles.
So Jenny's put Nissan Note.
I never drive Elsie. It's the one car I never drive.
No, I don't. Gareth has put Cooper Born, which we know, we've been in it a couple of times. Jenny's put favourite one, Chrysler Neon.
Never driven one of them. Never been in a Chrysler Neon. Seen them, been next to it, never been in one.
Mad Dog, the Avon near me is too narrow for boats. It widens down by Christchurch. We have the old Castleman Railway near us too. It used to be the main line from Brockenhurst to Poole Bournemouth, didn't exist. Then it became a branch. Then it was gone under the Beechin Act.
But we found a canal down that way recently.
We did, yeah.
What was that place we went to and everyone was miserable? where the brewery was. We mentioned Hall and Woodhouse. What's their brewery?
That's down at Blandford Forum.
Blandford Forum. We went to Blandford Forum.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe that area used to have a canal as well. And it's Blandford Forum down the side, and it was Salisbury, and we followed Salisbury used to have a canal, and the Salisbury Canal went down, and we were following the line of that historic canal, and we travelled down to Blandford Forum, and we stopped there, and everyone was miserable.
So Steve's put Ford Focus and Honda Civic is a daily drive, but car I miss and want another is a Rover SD1, but a good one is silly money.
They have gone up crazy money now, haven't they?
Wheelies have put, I drive a narrowboat and Susie, which is the Suzuki Carry 1.3. Gareth put, I loved my Rover 416 GSI as it was my first proper car.
It was a lovely car. Yeah, not many left now. They're beautiful cars. So smooth. So comfy. Yeah. Oh, what cars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now we've got to turn it back on you. Daily driver, and what's your most favourite?
I always hate the favourite question.
Well, you asked it, so come on.
Yeah. So my daily driver is a Suzuki Jimny. Now that particular year, they boasted that they did 25 colours. The one I've got, it wasn't one of the 25 colours, so figure that one out. Yeah, I like my Jimny. It's good. It's no good for driving out of town, but round town and stuff, it's fantastic. And when there's lots of people stuck in a traffic jam, just go over the grass. It's good off-road. It's good for puddles and stuff as well. The best car,
your favourite one? Yeah,
favourite one. Oh, I've owned hundreds and hundreds and hundreds. I had a Mini that was called Eddie, and I must say Eddie was a 998 Mini that had a stage 1 conversion, and that holds a place in my heart. It was bright red. We owned him for 9 years. We did 80,000 miles in Eddie, and he's probably my favourite in my heart because we met so many wonderful people. It transformed Eddie transformed our life.
Yeah.
From just being able to drive and go in places with your friends, which is great. I recommend that. But Eddie changed that to much more further exploring, and we joined clubs and we met more people, and that spiraled onto where we are now.
So let me just have a look, read this.
And the sad thing about Eddie, I know you're reading that. The sad thing about Eddie is, and I mentioned at the beginning of this video, I had a hernia repair.
Yeah.
I was repairing Eddie when I had that hernia repair.
You managed to you finished repairing him.
Finished it the night
before going in early.
Night before I nearly died. And when I finished Eddie, I'd done everything to him. He looked $1 million. I'd done everything I could to him. And this family came down from sort of Norfolk way. And at the time...
No, when you done him, I actually kept him for a couple of years.
Yeah, but he did, yeah. But when I sold him, this family come down from Norfolk. And I said, look, I've done everything. He's good as good. And they weren't worth much money at the time, but he gave me the top price for it. And I was happy with the sale. And what annoyed me is from then to this day, and I've sold him, 13, 14 years ago.
He's still not been on the road.
They let the MOT lapse, and they sawn declared it, and it's still nothing. He's still sawned. The logbook still hasn't changed. And I'm so angry. That car was so good.
So, Mad Dragon's put never been to Blandford, and it's not that far from us. Gareth's put, I think the red Escort you owned was one of the best cars. D94SNK was the registration on that.
Yeah. Yeah, I did a lot. We went to Great Yarmouth in that car. It was a good car, and there's not many left, is there? You never see. Was that the Mark 4 Escort or the 5? I never know which marks the Escort are. It was a D-Reg 87. It's D87.
Yeah.
87. So
86, 87.
It weren't a Mark 3. Must have been a Mark 4. And what an Escort!
Steve actually wrote, "I remember that Mini," so he remembers Eddie.
Yeah, Eddie, Steve big shout out. Thank you very much. He remembers a time that you used to listen to the stereo full blast. You had all your CDs playing, and then you came to us one day, and I said, "Can I just nip it around the block?" And you said, "Yeah." And I drove around the block, and I thought, "What the hell? What's going on with this?" And I got it back. I said to Steve, "Can we just quickly jack this up a minute?" We just his wheel was like that. She'd driven it. The wheel bearing was beyond knackered. She was driving it on a wobbly wheel and never noticed, and she didn't hear it because of her music. You turn the music up and just the wheel bearing. So Steve helped me change the wheel bearing on her. On Eddie, I mean.
Wheelies said, "Where's Nippy Norm now?" We did say about that earlier. Norm's in the garage.
Norm is wrapped up in the garage. He's
Put
in
away
the dry.
Put away for the winter.
Sadly, sat like that.
Yeah.
But I have got a friend who lives very local who owns the same car, and they know all about the suspension, and they've offered to help me. So Nippy Norm will be back soon.
Damon Albarn. Hello, Damon. Hello and good evening.
Hello.
I'm looking at buying my first car, which I hope to be an Austin 1100. Would this be a good idea as a first car?
Well, the ADO 16 Austin 1100. The hydroelastic suspension. Is that the one that Basil 40 was banging the branch on the bonnet? I've actually got the bonnet as a part of my roof in the workshop. A lot of people don't see that, but my workshop, when I finished it, I made the interior roof out of different bonnets and roofs, so there's lots of car parts in my roof in the workshop. ADO 16 is a good car. It's yes, unusual choice for a first car. Very practical, good on fuel. You'll need lots of spares, but they're easy to get. It's just a suspension. You've got to look after that suspension.
Be the same as
it's hydroelastic suspension, so it's a bit like owning a modern day Metro, you know, it's or more modern Metro. They're on the elastic, but as long as the suspension's good. So if do you own it already, or you're going to look at one? If you're going to look at one, just make sure the distance from the tire to the wheel arch is correct, because if they're right down, you may have a problem with the suspension. But other than that, they're really good cars, and they got a linear dash. So where most speedos are circular and they go around, the Austin 1100 has a linear dash. So the faster you go, I'm not encouraging you go fast, but the faster you go, the speedo will go along like that and back down. It's very good.
Mad Dragon said, "My dad used to have a Triumph Spitfire, but don't know what year."
Well, Spitfires are twin carburetors, and they're a pain in the ass to set up.
Hooked on Classic says, "I'm back."
More time off the road than on the road, but if you're a fan of Spitfires, great. I've never driven a Spitfire. My mum actually bought one.
Yeah.
She put it in a garage and never ever used it.
No.
I think her and my dad went out twice in it, and then it sat there forever. Real shame, but it was before I could drive, so I never got to drive it.
So yes, as I said, Hooked on Classic says, "I'm back."
Hello.
Colin said, "What happened with your yellow Volkswagen?" So the jigsaw puzzle is waiting to be put back together.
Peggy calls it the jigsaw puzzle. Do you think that's a good name for it?
It's a jigsaw puzzle.
It's
It's in
literally
pieces. It's a jigsaw puzzle.
If I walk over that way 2 meters and
You got
open
the
the
shower.
door, the shower is
There.
by the door.
And then the wings and that are there.
But I have wrapped it up. It's
Yeah.
wrapped. It's wrapped. I bought a car cover for it. It's wrapped up. I need to finish something else to sell, probably the van in there, and I need to do the van and sell the van because I need to invest in buying a wiring loom for the Beetle. So I don't think there's any point starting on the Beetle until I'm in a position where I can buy the wiring loom.
Jenny has wrote Dreamcast, Steel Blue Maserati, Gran Turismo S 4.7.
Wow.
Mm.
Won't be able to drive that on conventional roads.
Steve's asked what's happened to the Mini you put the Worsley bonnet on, if I remember.
Oh yeah,
Muttley.
Muttley was a lovely car, and I've got the best
Can I
photo.
just say good night, Mad Dragon, because he's having to bail.
It's been really good having you here, and thanks, and let's catch up soon.
Yeah.
And love to all the family. Muttley, I shouldn't have sold. And that's what I say. I shouldn't have sold. At the time, Minis were still coming in. I was still rebuilding them. So I just
Muttley,
thought I'd
yeah.
let I'd let Muttley
Muttley.
go.
For money.
Money is always going. I'd let Muttley go and I'd build another one in the future, and then minis suddenly become rare and collectible, and it's not happened. So I regret selling Muttley, but I restored Muttley really well, and it looked $1 million, much better than I predicted when I finished it. And we had some great adventures to Cornwall. We took it all the way down to Cornwall. I've got a really, what's the name of that?
Cambrai.
Cambrai.
Near Camborne.
I managed to get the Mini up on this rough track that's really designed for off-road vehicles, but I managed to get the Mini up there, gently, gingerly, and I managed to get the best photo. I want to get it printed, really. The best photo of Muttley with a bonnet like that and Cambrai just there. It's an epic photo. I love it. But after 3 or 4 years of using Muttley and taking it around the shows, because we did the Nuki run and that, we did a lot of mileage in Muttley. Little bits of rust started coming through all the edges and that, and I just thought, oh god, the weather's killing it again. I don't want to restore a car twice. And I had an offer from abroad. I thought it was a lie to begin with, because you get these things, but they turned out to be genuine, and they wanted to ship the car out to Dubai.
And that's where
And I thought, Dubai is nice and hot, and it'll have a good life out there because it won't rot. And they put all the money in my bank, and then they sent a shipping container, and I wrapped it up inside the shipping container, and off it went. And as far as I know, it's in Dubai. It just says, obviously I've got no record now, because when you type the reg in, it just says it's deported. Is that the right word? Deported. So Muttley is living life abroad, probably in some storage locker.
So Hooked on Classic says, I love the Austin 1100, 1300, great cars, and the Riley Kestrel variant is my favourite of the AD016.
Yeah, the Riley Kestrel had the most grill, didn't it? Had the most grill, but the Wolseley version of the AD016 has the light up badge on the front.
Wheelies, my dream car is a Mark II XR2 in red with black trim.
Yeah, what a car.
And
red seat belts as well.
Damon's come back and says, I was to and fro with the Austin 1100 or an Hillman Imp, but my father had an Imp, and it was a fun car, but was a pig to start in cold weather.
The Hillman Imps were built in Scotland to keep the unemployed levels. You know, they were struggling to employ people, so they put the factory there, and it was built not against the Scottish. They built a good car, really, but it was a cheap budget car. So my dad had a Hillman Imp, and there's a place local called Barbary Castle, and it's I don't know what the incline is, but it's a bit of a hill to get up there. Gareth, I know if he's still watching, because Gareth walked it. Remember walking up that hill, Gareth? And and my mum and dad decided they wanted a picnic one day, and I was about 8 or 9 when they had the Hillman Imp.
Rockets.
Yeah, rockets. And my mum and dad couldn't get to Barbary Castle in the Hillman Imp. And it's a long road to Barbary Castle, so you can really get your foot to the floor if you needed to, because you're not dangerous. You can see visibility for cars and everything around. And my dad had his foot to the floor in the little Hillman Imp, and he got about a third of the way up, and it was revving, but it wouldn't go up the hill, and it rolled back down. And he gave it 2 or 3 attempts, couldn't get to Barbary Castle. So the Hillman Imp is a little bit underpowered for some things. I mean, they do hill climbs and stuff in him now, but I think they put different. I think they put different engines. They swap the engines out. So there are things you could do with a Hillman Imp if you're mechanically minded. But if you want a car for comfort and practicality, and the 1100's got 4 doors, it's got space, it's got wood trim, it's got a massive boot, it's got everything. It's a great car.
I passed my welding course at college.
Oh, well, we cut out then.
Oh,
I don't know why we cut out then. It's done well up to now.
Yeah.
But it's back, so hopefully we're back. Well done to you. Welding is a rare skill now, and we are short of welders in this country. I applaud you. I also ask you don't look at my welding too closely. I taught myself. But I've got through 100 MOTs with it, so I'm all right. I rebuilt.
It's good enough.
Yeah, I rebuilt a Transit. You need to weld if you rebuild a Transit and minis. Yeah.
Definitely.
Any more questions? I can't believe you guys have entertained us. We don't entertain you. Well, you've entertained us for over 3 hours. I mean, we planned on doing an hour. We haven't done a live forever.
You did an excellent job on Bertha with the welding.
Oh, thank you very much. I enjoyed putting that the battery tray in there. It was good. It was a good challenge. It was a bit difficult to get in there, wasn't it?
Can you weld a car with stick welding?
I've never tried. My dad only stick weld, and when I was a kid, he got a mini Clubman. No, was it? Did he have a Clubman estate? I don't think he had a Clubman estate. He just had a mini, and he rebuilt a whole mini. Well, I watched it as a kid, and he rebuilt a whole mini stick welding. I mean, phenomenal. But I haven't tried it as an adult. But as a teenager, he wanted me to try it, and I'd just get stuck, and I didn't know how to pull it. And I mean, now I can weld. I could probably have a go at stick welding and do it. I haven't, because I just haven't tried as an adult. But
So Wheelie's she's still on the road in Exeter, and Hooked on Platters says I'm not far from Exeter.
you're still on the road from it. All right.
So Wheelie's has said Bertha is still on the road.
Excellent. Yeah, that's really good.
In Exeter.
I'm really glad to
And
hear
Hooked
that.
on Platters says I'm not far from Exeter.
There's nothing worse than when you've sold a vehicle and then it suddenly disappears. I mean, one of my regrets, more recent times, I mean, we're talking a couple of years ago now, but more recent times, I had what was known as the Retro Metro. It was the diesel, it was the Peugeot TU engine that was in the earlier Mark Metro, before the Metro became the Rover 100, and I sold that car because it needed all the sills rebuilding, and I thought, well, I don't know. And now when I type the details in, it's gone. It's not on the system.
Steve, yes, she does still remember that because she tells that story quite often.
What's the story?
Do you remember when we went to pick up a motorbike and I was in the van in the passenger seat pretending to drive, and I pretended to swerve towards a car and the person shite themselves? We could not stop laughing about it. Yes, she does remember that. She tells it quite often.
See, me and Steve were going along. I'm driving this. It was a Sprinter van, I think. We're driving along, and I'm obviously driving. And Steve started imitating the driving. And there's this person on the path, and I'm watching this person on the path. And he went.
No, there was another car on it.
And Steve went. Whoa!
What about the guy that doesn't know where
I
he
nearly
was?
crashed, but Steve, there's a bit more to that story. Do you remember when we went you printed off all these, it was before the sat navs, and we printed off all these directions, and obviously at some point we'd taken a wrong turn, so none of these directions started to add up, and we went down this lane, and it was getting narrower and narrower. It was when I borrowed a van off of work. It was way before me and you worked together. That was when I borrowed a van from a different company, and I was worried about the sides of this van because the hedge was scraping. We're going down this road that's really narrow, and eventually we're in the middle of nowhere. Literally, I hadn't seen anything, not even a house. And we come to this, it slowly opened up out of this hedge, and we came to this triangle, and this random guy was stood on this grass triangle. So we pulled over, and we wound down the window, and we said, "Excuse me, mate, we're trying to find this town." And he just looked at us. And he just looked at us, and we went, "Can you help?" And he sort of went, "I don't know where I am." He burst into tears. Just random in the middle of nowhere. We didn't know where he was. He didn't know where he was. And we went, I feel guilty now, but we just round up the window and went.
I do remember that.
We just round up the window and went, "I just waited," left him there. He cried. He was just crying. Oh, where'd you find these people? Oh dear. That was funny. They were good. They were good times. That was funny. Yeah. Oh dear. Drive to the middle of the countryside, you find some weird people.
You do.
Do. Yeah. There was one time I was in a van, I was with Peggy's dad, and we were going to Lechlade. If anyone local knows Lechlade, when you approach Lechlade, you come to a bridge.
Halfpenny Bridge.
Oh, it goes over the Thames. And we were heading to Lechlade, so we're stopped at the traffic lights, waiting to go over the Penny Bridge. And this chap started walking over the bridge on the footpath, and he had a bag of chips, and he's like this with his bag of chips. And there's no reason for it. I'm watching him, and I'm with Peggy's dad, and Peggy's dad is watching him, and we're both thinking like, oh, that's nice bag of chips, you know. And this guy's eating his bag of chips, and all of a sudden, as he lifted up this chip, he must have pulled on a pole, his jumbo sausage went whoosh, dunk, 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 and started bouncing down the path towards us. We all went, and then we looked up and we met the guy's eyes, and he just went. I mean, you had to be there, one of those sort of moments, but it was it was funny how all three of us were like. So that memory comes up quite a bit as well. Another van memory. Yeah, good old times. You got a memory?
I'm getting tired.
Oh yeah. Oh. So we wrap it up.
Yeah, I think we should.
Well
We've been
done.
on here for 3 hours
You
and
guys
15
have done
minutes.
absolutely amazing. We haven't done a live. Well, we worked out in the end. You told us, didn't we? We hadn't done an actual live for a year.
Yeah.
We done a live. I don't remember the one with the dog.
Yeah, you did one
I
for
did
about
one
10 minutes.
8 months ago with a dog, but I don't remember it.
And then you did another, and we did one a year ago, which was when you did your haircut.
Yeah, I did the. Well, yeah, I was in that one, but I didn't.
Yes, Gareth, we will definitely see you tomorrow.
Yeah, might have to wake us up.
Damon's put, there used to be a guy in Norwich who used to direct traffic in a pair of washing up gloves. He became locally known as the Marigold. How he never caused an accident, I do not know.
I love stories like that. Absolutely brilliant. You know, there's only one similar for Swindon a while back, and it probably was a while back now. We had a man called Dancing Man.
We named him Dancing Man, and he used to walk his dog.
He walked
little
his
terrier.
little dog, terrier. He'd get up to the busy junction, his traffic lights now, but it used to be a double roundabout, the Moonmakers roundabout. And he would stand outside.
No, he'd just walk along, but dancing.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes he
So
stood on the
people started
corner.
beeping at him, and it just carry on dancing.
And he proper did like a
Moonwalk and stuff like that.
Yeah, he did the moonwalk, he'd do a shuffle, and he'd sort of do all this arm business and stuff. He was just, yeah, a bit of Saturday Night Fever and that, and everyone just knew this guy. Nobody knew he was, just knew this guy as the Dancing Man. He was a bit of a sort of one of those weird local celebrities.
He was an elderly gentleman, so yeah.
And then one day he just
Then we've not seen him for a couple of years.
Yeah.
Wheelies, miss you guys. Keep up the great vids, and good luck with the March too. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hooked on Classics. I'm sure I was in your last live. I'm sure you was.
Oh,
Gareth.
really? Oh, well, maybe we was at Pride Longbridge or something. Now.
Gareth put he was on the news. He wanted to spread a bit of joy.
Made it to news. I missed that, but yeah, he did certainly do that.
Are we doing Pride of Longbridge this year?
I hope so. What do you know? What the dates are? What's that guy called? The Rover Man. Oh, I can picture his face. I can't think of his name. Got the multicolored Rover. I'm useless for names. He did a shout out and asked if anyone wanted to be on his stand, because we ended up chatting to him last year. Anyway.
Yeah.
Oh, not last year. It was cancelled last year, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, sometime in April, I believe it is.
Mm.
And I really want to go, but I'm a bit concerned because the lady who runs it, she's lovely, but she's adamant that she wants to stick to the anniversary date. Finished dying?
No.
And the anniversary date, you know, it's going to be waterlogged, especially down the bottom. Yeah, Project Nigel, that's it. And so I did put in Project Nigel's chat that I would quite happily go along to that, because I've taken different cars throughout the years in different places. The only time I ever got caught out was when I took Olive to Club and Estate, and because I wasn't with any of the mini clubs, they wouldn't put me anywhere, so in the end I just stuck out on the path and got the most attention. But Wilson's been there, Nippy Norm's been there. Nippy Norm parked with all the other Rovers. That was with the Metros. That was a good photo shoot.
Eddie went 1 year.
Oh yeah, Eddie went 1 year. It'll be Wilson this year.
Yeah, we'll be Wilson.
I don't know if I'll get Olive ready by then, but Wilson, I'll be taking Wilson.
So let's see what else is.
But yes, I do want to go to Pride of Longbridge if it's on, but it's Gemma, isn't it? I think it's Gemma who organises it. I would say, Gemma, move it to May or June. Give us a chance to dry the field out, because it's flipping wet out there.
Joni says make sure you call in for a cuppa when you're down here in May. They're now retired and usually in. We'll let you know anyway. I'm
not allowed to retire till about 10 years after I've died.
Colin, talking about stick welding, how do you know if it's dogwood by its bark?
What? Got my glasses on.
Yeah, good night, Colin.
Talking about stick welding, how do you know if it's a dog with its bark? Oh, God's sake. I need to do loads of welding in the container. I've got to put some shelving out.
But yes, there we go. So I think we should go now, so I can cough a bit more and then go to sleep.
Peggy's going to die. Amazing people, absolutely amazing. Just well done to you all.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you for being our friends.
Yeah.
We'll do a live in a month's time or something.
We will, definitely.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Good night, Hooked on Classics. Good night, Wheelies. Good night, Colin. Good night, Gareth. Good night, Steve. Good night, Chris and family.
Yeah.
Good night. Good night, Skinner and Elijah. Good night, everyone. You got to press stop.
I got to press stop. I'm Damon.
Oh yeah, thank you, Damon.
Good luck with the bye.
See you tomorrow, Gareth.
I don't know how to turn it off. That's what you
just press it.
You're going to see us close up. That one, I believe. See you again.